Welcome, folks. Happy holidays. It is your Mall Santa, Joey Atterbury, bringing you another night of Lemons iRacing. Tonight, as you are seeing, we are starting off with pretty much all right-hand turns on a different continent. We are here at Ulton Park with the usual cast and crew here. I've got my first captain, maybe not Rudolph here tonight, but it is Lady J.
Yes. Hello, how are y'all doing tonight?
I think they are doing fantastic. I think everybody that's out there watching right now can't wait to see what the madness is going to be here on the Lemons iRacing channel. I know that we've got a couple special guests lined up. One of them is still yet to be here.
That's right.
We also have some people driving some race cars, not just Lady J, the first captain. Let's see here. Corey, you in here with us?
I am.
I don't think that we came up with a name for Prancer and Vixen and Donald and Blitzen over here yet.
Well, no, I wasn't expecting Corey, but I will definitely add him to the race notes going forward. But I think Corey the Stig works fine.
The Stig.
Yeah.
And it's perfect because the paint is loading right now, so you're in an all-white car.
Stupid ass trading paints bullshit.
You'll see my Aston Martin late model here soon enough.
It does. It is an Aston Martin late model with the number 12, very Penske-esque. I see you bringing out the Speedway Indiana in it all too, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you know I have to. I gotta represent home when I can.
I love Ron. Always bringing out some amazing paints out here. We'll get to some of this stuff here in a minute. We still got some other people we want to talk about. Ryan Bauer, known as the Bearded Sim Racer. How are you doing, bud?
I'm doing pretty good. What's shaking, bacon?
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, however you... happy
Festivus to the rest of us?
I think it's
That's
Happy
right.
Chinooka? Is that how you say it?
Chinooka,
what now?
Chinooka be with you.
Oh,
Happy Hanukkah.
except Hanukkah ended last weekend.
No, it's like Wakanda.
Chinooka
be with you.
Okay.
I see. I know Ryan just got back from PRI not too long ago.
I saw more pictures of my hometown on his Twitter than anywhere else.
And that, was the Randy Bish signal. We'll see if Randy shows up tonight.
He is typing in the broadcast text.
Oh,
He
okay.
said, WTF is a Zippy.
Yeah, no, I hear you. What WTF is a Zippy, and if he's not back soon, I'm going to start calling him what he doesn't want to live on air.
Oh.
So, I see his voice chat, and maybe he's hopping back in the chair over there.
Oh.
But, Ryan, before we really get going over here, I want to talk to you about PRI, because
Sure.
I know it is pretty cool for you. I mean, how did you like it? Was it your first time to PRI?
Yes, first time.
Okay. So, how did you like it?
Popped my cherry. It was great, man. It was a lot to deal with, and it was tiring.
It's really boring. I mean, there's a lot to see. It's very boring.
Well,
but
the esports area was huge, and I got to meet 30 people probably that I've worked with over the years, so that was really cool.
I think that's the coolest part about the trade shows, is that you have this group of really friends and coworkers that you don't ever get to meet face to face, but you get to talk to on a daily basis over the phone or on chat or whatever it is.
Exactly.
And then you're right. Yeah, you finally get to connect all those dots and meet the people and hang out and go and have dinners and party.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, people always compare PRI and SEMA. Those are the two big auto trade shows here in North America. PRI is definitely more of a businessman, like a true industrial business conference, versus SEMA's where it's just more fun and partying, I feel.
Yeah.
Don't get me
Especially
wrong,
when they
SEMA
throw it
has
to the
plenty of
public.
business, but
Yeah.
It's more of showing off versus how to grow and expansion, per se.
Yep, pretty much.
Does that make sense?
Oh, it makes sense to me, yeah.
So
PRA is
yeah.
your typical trade show, and SEMA is a show.
Correct, yeah. It's always cool what comes out to PRI, though, like all the big, like the CNC machines and 5-axis machines and all that they got running. It's always cool. Always very, very neat. Well, we are done with the warm-up here. Lady J, did you want to give us maybe a little bit of a rundown on what this first race is going to be?
Sure, this is the Zippy Legendary Lighters Challenge at Ulton Park, specifically the Foster's configuration, where it's almost all right turns. We've got late model stocks versus legends. This is Zippy's idea, and I decided to make it real. So it's a 20-minute trash sprint. You know, you have Dale Jr.'s rides going after mini grandpas. Mini grandpas can be the rolling chicanes. You know.
What I want to know is Zippy going to make his own race?
I'm here. I'm literally shooting up. I've got something. I've just turned on my camera. I don't think I've turned it on in the stream yet, though, so I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. But there's something cool a certain Mr. Bauer will particularly enjoy as I grid up with 6 seconds to go. No pressure. I don't know. Do you want a Discord or video thingy?
Randy, you are asking WTF is a Zippy. Well, this is a Zippy. Right
Yep,
here.
this is Zippy.
Hello.
I don't think, is Randy in here yet? Oh, here we go. Green flag. Yeah,
No,
this is a
he's
standing
not.
start.
He's not in here, but he was typing in the broadcast chat.
Oh
and
my God.
You know what? Let's say, Corey, you're going to be our guest here today since you're getting shoved off in turn number 1. 1 through 19, pick a number.
Yep.
Corey.
Corey?
Whoa.
I think Corey's dead.
I'm muted.
Oh, okay, there you go. Corey,
I was
number
muted
1 to
from the
19. Yeah.
12.
That's a 12,
Well,
okay.
oh, of course.
12 is our real Lemons winner. That may be a
Yes.
mini grandpa, so
I think it has a great shot to be a mini grandpa because there's only, I'm checking this out, 7 of the late models out there. So it's going to be most likely a Legends car that is going to get the win here. It looks like we got Bosie in the booth. How's it going, man?
Bosie, hey! Can you hear us?
It looks like...
Hello.
Hey,
Yes.
Bosie.
Hi. How's it going?
All right, welcome.
Hi. This is I don't use this very often. I use just like the text functionality like once every 5 or 6 months. So I'm not a Discord professional. So I've been trying to figure this out for the last little bit.
Not a problem at all. Let's see here. Basic functionalities are we have madness going on the Lemon screen. It's good to see that you've got the voice and the headphones worked out. So you can copy us here. Yeah, you got our voice?
Oh, absolutely. I hear you loud and clear.
Perfect. And then I would say the next step is if you're on a screen, you can go ahead and click that broadcast channel, and then you can watch the stream, watch the actual feed from
I see.
Ryan, our producer here.
Okay. Yeah, I see Ryan, aka Bearded Sim Racer
Yep,
broadcast.
that's
I
him.
see some Legends cars roaming around.
That would be
Exactly.
correct.
That is our madness. It is
Excellent.
lap number 2.
Oh,
Right
very
now.
good, very good, solid.
And just to
Hey.
kind of let you know on how everything goes down here on Lemons, the winner is not actually the winner of the race. It is randomly picked by one of our guests, and Corey picked the number 12.
Yes.
So whoever finishes in 12th place is our actual winner.
Yes.
Okay, I see. This is very strategic. So this is very much in line with Lemons that I would have witnessed in real life.
Yeah, it's pretty much like IMSA as well. Just knock everybody off the track till you get to where you need to be,
Yeah.
right?
I can't comment on anything like that. We have a lot of very strict rules and a lot of very specific racing.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's properly introduce Bosie to not only my audience on my end car, but also Lemons in general. Bosie Tatarovich is, as we talked about the IMSA stuff, a race mechanic for the number 14 Vassar Sullivan Lexus RCF GT3 team, which just won the 2023 championship Oh boy, 2023
Keep
championship.
it on the track.
Yeah, and woo! Almost killed the UPS guy. In GTD Pro, and he also writes for Road and Track, and he is very super knowledgeable on a lot of racing stuff and a lot of disciplines and series. One of his biggest articles was actually about the next gen, NASCAR Next Gen, and he checked out the Camry in particular. So, and he used to be the host of a Twitter space called Racing Spaces, but Elon ruined that, so Bosie's doing Bosie things.
He's also a dessert enthusiast.
That too, yes. He loves his desserts.
We like to talk pie on Twitter, don't we, Bosie?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I actually, that was the most recent thing I ate was desserts. So today we went to a local place here in North Carolina that's like an Italian bakery and picked up a box of random cookies. And then I got this like little chocolate dessert cake thing. So we had dinner, and then we had some cookies, and I just finished off this little chocolate dessert little like square thing. So it was I'm definitely a big dessert guy. I don't have many vices, so I focus all of those on desserts.
I got to give you some props for the Ironman Stewart sweater that you're wearing in this photo too as well.
Oh yeah, it's an excellent sweater. This is actually from a recent streetwear line from the brand HUF, and they did a bunch of collaboration with Toyota Racing Development. They did a bunch of cool stuff, and it was very enthusiast-oriented of the stuff they did. So I was fortunate enough to be able to snap up that sweater, but they got all kinds of cool stuff. And I mean, Ivan Stewart on the off-road trucks is it's like, you know, just old school cool racing that, you know, being able to wear that and also kind of, you know, just have it fit into somewhat of a fashion sense, even though I don't have a great fashion sense, it all works out really well for me.
Anytime you put an off-road truck on the front of a sweater, I say that is good fashion sense if you pick that up. Like if I was strolling through the mall and that thing was on the table, I would buy it. You know, there's not a lot of things that are going to be like eye-catching to me, but that would stop me in my tracks for sure. That
is fair, and it actually is probably the most commented on piece of clothing that I've worn recently, because me and my girlfriend Liz were in Charleston, South Carolina over Thanksgiving, and I was walking around town. It's something that like people are like, just like, hey, I like your sweater. So it definitely, it's a nice piece.
Oh yeah, and Bosie's girlfriend actually makes some really cool clothes too.
Yeah, she's also a race car mechanic. She works in NASCAR, and she's done pit crew stuff over the wall, mechanic stuff, and all kinds of other things. But she makes work pants, like specialty work pants for women in industry, or just in any race mechanic, regular mechanic, and whatever else that might be. Because most of the kind of work gear for those types of settings aren't really designed for women, so she built stuff that worked well for her, and so her company Torqued, TRQD, makes stuff like that and other cool stuff that is women in industry can wear and feel like they have something that's useful for them, versus having to wear clothing that might not be sized properly or might be oversized or just might not be comfortable to wear around all day, whether you're at the racetrack or working on an excavator.
You mentioned you were in North Carolina, Bosie. I know that the Bearded Sim Racer is up there in Statesville. Whereabouts are you?
I am currently maybe 15, 20 miles down the road in Mooresville.
Nice. Very close.
Run far, run fast.
Yeah, exactly. So I passed through Statesville yesterday on the way down here from Winston-Salem. But I've actually spent some time in Statesville this year too, just doing some work for Legacy Motor Club in NASCAR, because they're based over in that area right beside Statesville Airport.
Yeah, I drive by there every day taking my kid out and picking her up from school.
Very cool. So I've spent some time there at the shop and time there at the airport traveling to NASCAR races.
Speaking of the airport, did you hear about Penske doing that test at the airport earlier this month?
I did, yeah. That's so
wild.
They like to do their kind of run-in tests when they have new car builds there, which is all hilarious to me. But that's like a fun little like tidbit for people that want to get into like the nerdy like sports car racing stuff, because IMSA and WEC required these testing schedules to be shared and to be published so everybody can see where everybody else is testing. You can typically go on WEC's kind of competitor site or IMSA's competitor sites and find out information about, where all these race cars, the LMDH, GTP race cars are being tested. But Penske, because they're nearby here, they'll run the race cars there. But in past years, there's been like some fascinating locations, whether that's for sports cars and especially for IndyCar, because they'll test on like space shuttle runways and all these other things. Sometimes they're doing top speed testing, which is just like wild to me.
Well, if I ever see Ryan late to a show, I know it's because he's visiting Boise, getting the desserts, because I feel like those two are kind of getting along and they're only up the road from each other. I feel like this is already a match made in heaven over here.
Oh, absolutely. Well, this is, even in downtown Mooresville on a Saturday evening, there's always desserts to be found. And there's a lot of cool places up here, whether, that's just kind of the cookies and stuff, like the spot we visited in downtown Mooresville today, or my favorite pie shop, which is up in Winston-Salem. None of that's really terribly far from Statesville.
So I'm an ice cream guy.
Okay. I'm trying to think now.
So one of the reasons, I love Watkins Glen because, as you know, Watkins Glen's got all the awesome ice cream right there.
Yeah. And there's a couple of spots around here. I'm trying to think of it, and actually Watkins Glen has right, not at the track, but right there in Corning, has one of my favorite ice cream spots in the country. And the other one's actually near Road America up in Wisconsin. But right there in Corning, in downtown Corning, Dippity Doodah's has just very, very excellent, delicious ice cream. So I make it a point whenever I'm at Watkins Glen, we go to dinner in Corning, basically just so we can go get ice cream after dinner there.
I always love me a trip to the dairy bar down at the bottom of the hill at Watkins Glen.
Oh yeah, no, that's it. There's some excellent choices there, and that's the fun thing about some of these, tracks and the stuff they provide. It's like especially if they can get like local vendors and all these other things together, it makes it just like a cool opportunity to try stuff out.
And Corey, let's
Yes,
bring
sir.
in a little bit of Indianapolis. Is there any fantastic dessert, ice cream, anything of the fancy sort that you remember and recommend?
There was a place. Goodness, I'm gonna really struggle to remember the name here because this was a long time ago that I went. It's up in Carmel, Indiana.
Oh yeah.
And, it's a little family stand that they run over the summers. And when I was house sitting up there, one time I went with a girl over there and she recommended it because she lives by it. So if you can find a little family stand ice cream place up near North 96th Street in Indianapolis, give it a whirl. It's probably pretty good, even if it's not the one I'm recommending.
It's all right, I'm sure. See, that's the thing with ice cream and desserts in general. It's very, very hard to have a miss. Like usually, even if it's
Make it bad.
Even if it's not great ice cream or great dessert, it's still gonna be a good time. So like, I don't mind trying anything that is available. But even in downtown Speedway, we did during the IMSA weekend there, we did like a IMS Street Fest, and after I was done with some of my stuff that I had to do, like right across the street from where our station was and where I was doing my thing was an ice cream shop, and they actually had really, really good ice cream.
So
I'm trying to remember the name now.
So funny enough, you talk about Speedway. So I'm from Speedway proper.
Oh wow.
I grew up near the track. So your crew chief, I used to be neighbors with him, and me and his son were really, really good friends. And we actually briefly met at the IMSA race in Speedway when I came to visit Odie.
That's awesome. Very cool. I love that. Yeah, he spent a lot of time up there, and he's with his IndyCar experience and all the other stuff, and he's very very knowledgeable about everything there. So we actually went up there even for the 500. He came up there like a day before me, and I was up there with my girlfriend. So I actually met up with him while we were at actually our team suite, which was nice. But so he's definitely very knowledgeable about the area.
So he actually, whenever he comes up for the 500, he'll always swing by and go visit my parents back in the old neighborhood, and he would always usually that was the only time we'd ever get to see him is when he would come in for the 500 and he'd swing by usually when the race was done.
Yep.
But yeah, him and his son Peyton and I were really, really good friends growing up before he moved out to North Carolina. But he knew my dad when they both worked at IndyCar.
Oh, very cool.
So I knew Odie, and then because of that, we were swinging by the garage a lot when IMSA came to town. I flew in from Boston to come home for the first IMSA race there at IMS in a long time.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I'll have to mention it to him next week and not tell him that we were on the same call here. He'll
remember my dad Dennis for Vinks, but his son Corey mentioned him to Odie. He'll know who you're talking about.
Very cool. Yeah, I'll definitely have to try to remember to bring that up. Yeah, I just saw him a couple of days ago when I was at the shop, and he's our planner and organizer, and just make sure everything gets done. So he's in full winter prep mode now.
Oh yeah, we figured that was coming. That race in Indy was actually the first IMSA race I'd ever been to.
Very cool.
We were able to get some passes through iRacing, and I wanted to make sure I came home for that race, and it was a lot of fun. I'd never seen sports car race before until that race.
Nice.
I'd always only really gone to like IndyCar and NASCAR stuff when I was in town.
Sure. No,
you're gonna lose the lead, Corey.
That's all right.
No, you're gonna be stuck up.
My tires are a little cooked. I was pushing it.
This is not the strategic falling back to 12th, right?
No, I wish had I known I would have gotten up to the front, I wouldn't have picked 12th. I'd have thought about it a lot more.
Now just starting to, you just start, saying, your tires are getting slimy, you're losing the rear end, you got to go into fuel save. Like there's all these things you can, start coming up with, but you got to do it strategically where you only drop like a couple of spots at a time, or accidentally lose it in a corner like towards the end, but you just got to like stab it right into 12th when you do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, this is cool. That's awesome. I'm glad you got to go to the IMSA race, and I've actually had the opportunity to meet a lot of people that have been out to races through iRacing. So it's always cool to have those types of connections for people to have the opportunity to come out and see what we do, and then hopefully return and see more races and stuff like that. So that's always fun, and I'm always a huge proponent of making connections wherever you can, whether that's between different racing series, between the sim world and our world. I'm a huge fan, and even recently I had the opportunity working on some docu-series stuff for IMSA. I had the opportunity to work with Daniel Morad, who drives in IMSA, but he's also a big sim racing guy. So just doing the production, I spent a bunch of time with him learning about some of the the iRacing stuff that he participates in, and he actually was talking about some of the things he's been doing with his group. And he ended up bringing out like a dozen people that he sim races with to the shop that he works with, and they did some stuff, and I think a couple of the people actually took out one of the GT4 cars on track. So it's always cool to make those connections. I'm just a huge fan of all this stuff that kind of basically helps all of us share what we do and share what we enjoy.
I gotta ask Busey, when is the so obviously different people travel and they do that, and you get people to do Google reviews, but by the sound of it, you need to do the Busey's Restaurant Guide to Racing in America. Like, this is a series that we do not yet have, and I can see potential for it. I mean, like, you're obviously a man who enjoys the finer things in life.
Eat your heart out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So
The book series.
yeah, so I've actually considered that, and I've been fortunate to be able to merge a little bit of that. Well, not obviously talking about the food, but getting to try the food and some of the other stuff that I've done. So for the 2023 season, I worked on the Win the Weekend docu-series for IMSA and Michelin, where we basically covered, the GTP class and what happened there. And we were fortunate enough, because Michelin was a partner of the show, that they basically tried to get us, whenever possible, to Michelin rated or Michelin affiliated restaurants. So I got to, on race weekends, if there was one of those near a track, we got to film there. So it was cool to be able to try different types of foods. but I have not done a dedicated food review show, which is something I've thought about many times. It's mostly a question of resources and time to be able to put it together.
Are you telling me that the Michelin restaurants have something to do with the tire manufacturer?
Yeah, did you not know that, Ryan?
It's wild.
Today
right?
I learned.
I actually know the story of this.
Okay.
You can go to Costco and get both.
Don't eat the Michelin stuff.
I read that it was because when Michelin first started making tires, they wanted people to travel to go to these fancy restaurants, and so they would rate them based on 1 to 3, or based on how much they would recommend like a long drive to go and see it. So like 1 Michelin star means that it's like it's all right, it's pretty solid. 2 is like it's worth going out of your way, and then 3 is like make a special visit if you can, because they wanted people to drive further.
Okay.
So they started rating those restaurants.
Shit, I did not know that. Today I learned.
Yeah, and honestly, I've worked with Michelins for a while, and I didn't know that until not very recently, but somewhat recently. I feel like 2 or 3 years ago, maybe. So it's fascinating. I figured there was some kind of marketing tie-in, but this was apparently like way back when they started. So I guess the strategy then would have been to build your restaurant as far away from a city as possible so you could get into the guide, I think.
Yeah.
But it's no, food's definitely a big thing for me, and I have I'm usually the guy whenever we're traveling for a race. When we land somewhere, I'm like the guy that's in the van looking up what we're gonna eat because that's like my thing. So the rest of the squad in the van's like, all right, give us your list. What do we think we want to do? And then I'm fortunate to usually be able to either suggest or pick the dinner spot so we can try something interesting. And it's cool to try different stuff, and especially that's the privilege that we have traveling around the country for work. You get the opportunity to try different places, and a lot of places are also places that we end up returning to, like the ice cream place up in Corning, and there's also a very good Thai food place there, right. I think it's called 3 Elephants, right there in Corning. Like it's a walk down like 3 or 4 blocks from the ice cream place. That it's also a favorite spot of mine. So there's a lot of cool places. The only thing is that once you find the good spots, everybody starts going there because information gets around the paddock quickly, especially when we're in smaller towns. So it's very frequent that we'll show up to one of these places and see some of the people we're competing against. So it ends up being a whole a paddock get together, even when we're away from the paddock.
Reminds me of the scene in Twister where they all show up at the same restaurant and they get in a fight. They're like, "Yeah, I'm going after you, and you stole my design."
Everybody is always going to be at the same bar, either celebrating or drinking their sorrows away. And I'm a little partial to this red number 51 that's actually going to win this race because raced
they're in
old
12th.
red 51 way back in the day. But yes, David Bryan.
Hey, way to go.
This, what the heck? This is a livery. What is David Bryan doing? This is a replica livery. You realize this? This is my old Roush car.
Oh,
Excellent.
hey, Hyper Robo, how you doing? I'm doing okay. I just finished the first sprint. Talking to my chat, by the way. And we're gonna get ready to do the Lilybelle Air 260.
I'm 100% serious. This is the car that Shelby and I used to race in GS.
Nice.
Goodness.
Starstruck, huh?
Yeah, Starstruck Entertainment is their record company.
Nice.
And yeah, the Red 51. Go David Bryan. All right, bringing home the win. I'll take it.
Damn straight.
I was scrapping up there at the front. I got on the last corner.
All right.
Too funny. That's taking me
hilarious.
down some memory lane right there.
So Mount Panorama.
Yes.
That's right.
On deck.
Now,
Here we go,
This-
folks. On your screen is the Ulton Foster's unofficial results here. Eric Ronenberg, your car that finished the race first, but
Crossed
not
the
your
line
official
first.
winner.
Yeah.
Crossed the line first. Corey Vervinkton second. I'll guess I'd call him by his name. Zippy in third.
Yes, sir.
Andy, how do you say his name? Warchka?
Yeah.
Andy Warchka, yes.
Andy Warchka in fourth. Ron Harrington in fifth. Derek Gilray in sixth. Our own Lady J, the first captain, in seventh. Alex Witt 8th, EJ Bird 9th, Benjamin Gallant in 10th. Make sure we get everybody's name across here. Chris Ray in 11th. David Bryan, your official winner in 12th place. Tyler Stank in 13th. Noel Jackalwitz in 14th. Eric Hesser in 15th. Santiago Iglesias. Britain Man, Jeg Bird, and Jay Becker. The 19 cars. Thank you so much. We still have an excellent race coming up.
That's right.
And while we're loading in, we are headed off to Bathurst, so buckle up, get the frequent flyer miles going.
That's
Lady
right.
J, did you maybe want to give us a little bit of a rundown of what it is?
Sure. So, a couple of weeks ago, I reached out to Miss Lily herself, Lilybelle, asked if she would like to have a race, I guess, named after her, sponsored. And this is what we have. We have the Lilybelle Air 260 at Bathurst. That is the title of the actual race at Mount Panorama. It is a 260 kilometer, which I believe is 162 miles, 42 lap enduro that starts at 5 a.m. yesterday in Australia, but we'll say tonight, Australian Eastern Daylight Time, which is the same starting time as the Bathurst 12-hour, which happens in February. So we're going with the rising sun here. But unlike the Bathurst 12-hour or the Bathurst 1000, which is about 6 to 8 hours, this is 2 hours. Hopefully. I have set 2.5 hours to get this done. It should take 2 hours in GT3. And speaking of, thanks to iRacing expanding the slots to 12, I have 4 of each. 4 GT3.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you, Corey. So 4 GT3s. That'd be the Ferrari 296 GT3, the BMW M4, the new Porsche 911 GT3R, and I forget the other. Oh, the Mercedes. And then the Evo one, the 2021. And then GT4, we have the Cayman, the Aston Martin, the other M4, and I forget the other one. Oh, the other Mercedes. And then TCR, those are our front drivers. We have the Audi RS3 LMS, we have the Honda Civic Type R, and the 2 Hyundais, the Elantra N and the Veloster N. And I said I would actually do this.
I might ask the one actual race mechanic in here. Would my Petite Le Mans setup be good for Bathurst, do you think?
Perfect.
Well, I'm sure that'll be absolutely fine. I mean, it's.
This is what I ran on my Porsche Petite Le Mans. I'm just asking if I might not need to do any setup changes here.
Unfortunately, as far as iRacing setups are concerned, I am terrible based on my experiences attempting to iRace in 2020 and 2021. So my real world experience doesn't quite transfer to the settings knobs because I never learned them. But I don't know, and I haven't been to Mount Panorama, so I can't make any promises. But I'm always of the approach of use your tools and the information available to you. So I like to start with whatever we have available from team history on any similar track, or from whoever our OEM partner is when I'm working on stuff, and then tweak on that. That's why I'm a big proponent of practice, and why I'm always talking about bringing more practice back whenever possible for stuff like NASCAR. But I feel like if you start out on it and it's terrible, you just have to tweak on the car and adjust. But I don't know what you guys have as far as pit stops and what you can change in this thing. So that's the other thing.
Okay, well, before I get interrupted even more, I made in my race notes, I said this would be a big announcement time, so.
Oh, go after it. Get after it. Sorry.
Okay, it's all right. So, this is the end of the 2023 season. This league itself has been around for about almost 4 years. Our first race was April 9th, 2020. And we've gone through quite a few changes. I think one of the only few constants is Ryan Bauer, who's been producing since day one. We used to be a weekly league, Now we have weekly sister leagues. We've gone through different people who've gone through here. You know, we used to have big fields, stuff like that. So, a few months ago, I stole the job from our previous race organizer, Nate Levine. And I've been keeping the flame going a bit. And if Chris Ray were here, it'd be helpful to have him, but that's okay. I can handle this part. So, the 2024 season, when it starts, and I hope it starts next month, we're going to have 2 separate seasons. Okay. So, like our trash sprints and maybe some half enduros, you know, we'll just have our little fun and stuff. And then there's the 2024 championship season, which will run concurrent with the regular season. One event, such as this, for example, right? If this were, you know, the thing, will pay points. From 60 to 1 based on a 60 car field. Hoping for 11 rounds. At the end of the 11th round, the points will be tallied by our League Monkey bot, which Chris Ray has created. And the winner, the champion, gets to decide at minimum the feature for the final round of the 2024 season. If they want to do the entire card, cool. That's cool. If not, I'll take care of the other stuff and then make sure they get their feature in. It's something that we've been doing in the sister leagues, where at the end of whatever, the champion, it's called Champions Week. The champion picks the race and the track and the car and what they want to do with it. And it can be silly, it can be serious business. So that is the first announcement. The second one is semi-related to that. And that is, I plan to, well, let me put it this way. This is the Lilybelle Air 260. That, if Miss Lily gave us, let's say, $500, for example, to actually sponsor this race, I would put it in a fund that I'm currently calling the Lemons Pokemon Fund. If anybody in our league wants to race in an event, but they don't have the car and or the track, and they don't have the money to buy either or both, that's honor system. I was like, okay, I'll hook you up. Here's sponsorship money. So I want to pursue sponsors to start these championship races. Like, maybe I want to contact DeWalt Tools. And you know the LMP3 meme that it's driven by dentists? Maybe they'd be down for having a race called the DeWalt Dental Tools 100 at Charlotte Roval. And they pay like $500, maybe more. That goes into the war chest. So those are my 2 big announcements. We're gonna have a championship season. After 11 rounds, the winner picks the grand finale for 2024. At minimum. And I want this league to grow and for more people to have fun, because I mean, we got these fun places we can go to, but you have to pay for them, like Sleener. You have to buy Sleener. You gotta have that figure 8 destruction, right? And one of the cards I want to put on is the Wisconsin Death Trip, which is what's the name of the short course? Crandon. Drive 3 hours down to Sleener, and then drive east an hour to Run America. I'll tell you what the card is anyway. It's going to be all the jumpy trucks at Crandon, probably in the afternoon. And then I will, as if we're physically traveling 3 hours south to Sleener, we're going to do Sleener figure 8. I don't know what yet. Although if Roger Penske returns to iRacing, I think a reinitiation is in order. And then after that, maybe some, we have some legacy cars. They're like $3. And then we have some GT3s that should be legacy, like the Ford GT3, GT2, the Ferrari 488.
Whoop.
You know, that's what I want to do. I want to make this, I want to grow lemons. I want to take us to the next level lemons. And yes, I'm dragging all of y'all through my 2 achievement hunts, the Jack of all trades with all the cars, which I'm almost done with, by the way. And the other one, the round the world trip. So I want to go to places like Lebanon and Auschwitz, whatever, or the Hungaroring, or the new ass Zolder. Someone actually suggested that in general the other day in our general Discord. I want to do that. I want to do stuff like Bathurst too. I mean, most of us probably have Bathurst, but not a lot probably have Lebanon, for example, or Magnicor, or Barcelona.
Is that how you say it? I thought it was Magni Course.
That sounds intimate, Joey.
Oh God. But yeah, so this is my serious business, and I guess if Randy's typing right now, does Lady J want to make his Forza Pro? Yeah, a little bit. The championship is Forza Pro. The regular season, we can have trash rinse and stuff. It's a balance. And besides, our spirit's expressed through our paints anyway. It doesn't matter if it's, Forza Pro or Wreckfest.
Oh, that's something I'm good at.
Yeah. All right. So those are my 2 big announcements, and Jack Bird needs to be disqualified. He went the wrong way. So if anyone can fix that, that'd be great. Because I don't think I have that ability unless they. There you go.
I will say this: I got the Ferrari just for this event. Your paint job on it looked beautiful.
Yeah.
And I can say that it is a very, very, very hard GT3 to drive. It's very unstable over any kind of bump, and it's very light on the back end. So I'm regretting that decision up just about now.
Well, I mean, I chose the Ferrari because of Operation E-Motorsport, which just finished their 7th season this past Tuesday, and I actually like the 296. I like the flying buttresses in the back. That's what drew me to this particular car. So,
Zippy, would you say that the back end of the Ferrari is maybe wiggly?
Wiggly.
It's
Like a
definitely.
certain animal?
What animal are you thinking? Personally, I enjoy watching a good wiggle, but on animals, it's not really the same thing, Like I'm more of a, Shakira, Beyonce.
I was thinking like a powerful tail, maybe like a salmon.
Nah, I'm not playing.
Like an alligator.
Well, there's some
being
crocs out
slapped,
here,
maybe.
I'm sure. Let's see.
I
yes.
don't know if there's going to be crocs. I know that kangaroos are a problem.
Oh, yes.
Though.
And echidnas will wobble out into the track occasionally. Like at the 2022 Bathurst 1K?
Oh, yeah, it's happened multiple times for sure. It's a deer, it's just a wild animal.
It's just wild animal. Oh, yeah.
It's actually a T-Rex deer when you think about it,
deer,
because they have the little arms, but, it's not necessarily ferocious.
So, one other thing that I mentioned in the race notes in red, and this will be a part of the championship, is that there will be no more random numbers for this stuff. The one who wins is the one who comes in first. But who knows? We could have a weird surprise, like the one time a GT car beat all the prototypes. I think it was at Daytona, wasn't it? Daytona 24. Oh yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. That's. But yeah.
I think a fantastic way to incorporate that you should think about too. I wouldn't say set in stone, but maybe a guest pick as well as the race winner.
Okay, well, we can do that. We have the index of affluency, which this is normally a chat. I try to get y'all to get chat to get involved. But hey, Bozy, are you still here?
Yep. I'm here. Sorry, I had to figure out how to get back to the
You
button.
had to put down the dessert.
Yeah. No, I'm still very. This is the first time I've done Discord video. I think I've joined like other sessions on games with some of my friends. My buddy Zach Veach, he's a big Fortnite and some of these other Call of Duty and all this other stuff. Call of Duty was what he would do. And he tried to teach me how to play Call of Duty, but that was not a successful mission. So that was the last time, I think it was like 2 years ago. That was the last time I think I actually used the video features of this, but that was on a computer with all this other stuff. So now I'm logged in from my phone, and it's just trying to figure out the buttons is a challenge. I'm starting to feel like I'm an old man, just with learning all these buttons and things. I'm starting to understand, Gen Xers and how all that worked out for them.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you using Discord on your phone? Is that how you're using it?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, you're just going to be a little bit limited there in what you can view and whatnot, but as long as you got the feed open and you can hear and talk to us, that is A-okay.
Yep. And I was more so exploring all these notifications and things and trying to get into the chat channels to reply back and say hello. So that's just a little bit of the multitasking and figuring out where to tap and to get things active.
Oh, and trust me, the more you use it, the more people invite you to different rooms, and then you gotta turn off all the notifications, press all the channels, and blah 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 blah.
I totally understand. I'm very easily. It's very addictive for me to get into anything that involves socializing. So if there's, whether that's typing away or talking like this, it's not hard to get me to loop into a room.
Well, the reason I asked if you were still with us is, would you like to choose the, let me get this Ferrari to get past me. The Index of Affluency winner. Oh, ow.
I mean, we're absolutely going to have to go for 14th place. I mean, that's my number. So.
Oh, there you go. Yes, represent that Master Sullivan.
Yeah, that's going to have to be the move.
Well, if, let's see, 14th overall in practice, I'm winning that so far.
See, there you go.
Practice.
It worked out, yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, that's it.
Got friends in high places, huh?
Yeah, actually, speaking of Bosie and I forget how we originally met.
It was the Truth About Cars, I believe.
Yeah, because did you write for them?
I did. I believe we wrote for them at the same time, this was way while back.
Oh yeah, long ass time ago, yeah.
Yeah, but I think that was I don't know if it was on Twitter or the Slack chat for Truth About Cars, but I think that's how we ended up knowing each other somewhere through there. I'm very, very bad with like remembering things with like on specific dates and times. Everything just a lot of times just kind of melds together.
It's quite all right. I'm kind of bad at that stuff too, but yeah. So yeah, we met through TTAC a long last time ago, and I guess we kind of kept in touch, and then we met in person twice. And both times were at the Xfinity 500 in Martinsville, so that'd be 2022 and 2023. So we were both there for the Hail Mail-In in 2022. And I guess my question is, what did you think about the 2023 Martinsville happening?
It was all right. I mean, it was, I think, an interesting race. I think short tracks right now for NASCAR are still a little bit tough, and being able to pass and do some of these things, I think it's still going to take some work just with the way that these cars are built and the way that aero stuff on them, and how that impacts passing. But a lot of it's just on short tracks. A lot of it for me, a lot of the excitement's on pit lane, just because things are so tight. So that's where I spend my time, and that's a lot of my colleagues work there and go over the wall or do stuff behind the wall to prep these cars. So for me, that's usually what I focus on. And this year, I ended up, I think my most interesting thing that happened from that race was the pace car basically ripping out its fuel pump harness.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was seated around
and that was
turn 2,
That was coincidentally in part due to NASCAR trying to make the racing better. So what they ended up doing is they tested a new tire compound like early in the year. They laid down more rubber on the track, and that worked for a bit with the racing. But once the track was fully rubbered up, it was still again kind of hard to pass. When the track was green, it was fine, but once they laid down that rubber, it was still the same thing. But it also worked really well on the pace car because it had street tires. So
Yeah.
the pace car had street tires, and what it ended up doing is it collected a bunch of rubber on the street tires, and that rubber basically ended up rubbing through the fender liners in the back. And because this compound was so sticky, once it rubbed through the fender liners, it started like catching on the wiring harnesses. And eventually, during one of the caution flags, it ended up ripping out the wire harness, and I think it's on the left rear. And that's the wire harness that the fuel pump branches out from, and it just cut the car off.
Yep, I remember seeing that. I was seated right at that turn. Yeah.
That was the most fascinating event of that race, but it was cool. I always like Martinsville just because it's not too far of a trip for me, so it's always kind of a leisurely visit, and there's always fun stuff there. And you saw at that tweet up where you saw me that morning, I was just a whole bunch of people, which was cool, and being able to catch up with a few people and say hello, and it always. Those mornings always go by pretty quick, and I was glad that I was able to make it to the tweet up and be able to say hello and catch up for a couple of minutes with everybody that I could there, and then go check out the race. But yeah, Martinsville, I like the one thing I like about short tracks, if I'm inside the track, is that everything's very accessible. Being on pit lane, I can bounce, from one side to the other very quickly, and also, the media center is right there. So if I, need to get a water or get some Wi-Fi, so I can, upload something or share something, it's very, very convenient. So it's a cool place.
It is. Yeah, it's also pretty close to where I live too. I'm just 90 minutes north of Martinsville.
That's very, very convenient, yeah. But that's the nice thing about, this whole area of the Southeast is there are a bunch of racetracks around here. I mean, right down the road from Martinsville is Virginia International Raceway. And
that's right.
I'm fortunate to have a good relationship with them, and I've spent time there obviously on IMSA weekends, but I go up there every now and then for some other events, and I was recently there for one of their VIR club days, and now got to check out some cool stuff and some vintage race cars that some of their members brought, and kind of spend some time with them and go to the tavern there on property. So, and I mean, it's basically, I think it's 30 or 40 minutes down the road from Martinsville, and then once you get past there, you get into some of the local stuff with like South Boston Speedway, and then obviously heading down here into North Carolina, with Charlotte Motor Speedway and all this other stuff. There's so much to see.
Oh yeah, speaking of one of my fellow Virginia people, E.J. Bird, I believe met you at VIR, so he wanted me to say hello to you. So
Very cool. Hello. This is very, very cool. Yeah, and that's the fun part about IMSA is that there's definitely a lot of access, and it's always cool to meet people, whether it's from the internet or from other places that we may have interacted, and have the opportunity to say hello at the track, and just sometimes show them around the car if there's time, if we're in a tech line or something. So it's always fun.
Motorsports is such a small world.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's the thing is, Joey mentioned Shelby earlier, so I'm actually I've worked with Shelby, I believe, for like a day and a half. And when I did a few races with LA Honda World, which was 3 years ago or 4 years ago, if I recall, 4 years ago, it would be 2019. But so I worked with him for a day and a half before I got placed on the other team car that weekend. So that's it's not that hard to find connections everywhere, and even I did some stuff in NASCAR this season, working on the '84 with Jimmy Johnson, and I ended up at COTA, and the way the garage layout ended up is it was Jimmy, and then beside us was Connor Daly, and then beside him was Jordan Taylor. So we all showed up like the first morning there, and I'm like, hey guys, I was like, I saw Jordan like a couple weeks prior, I think, at a race or a test or whatever it was, and I'd seen Connor a few weeks prior to that, just because we run in the same circles. It's like, hey guys, this is like we're in this completely different environment, but it's all people, I know. it's hilarious, like how little the world is, but that's also like why it's important, to have have a good reputation and be good with how you interact with everybody, no matter what they do in the industry.
Warm up is just about to end.
Oh, I got
here,
the checkered
folks.
flag here, yeah. So we're gonna go from 5 p.m. yesterday, December 15th, to 5 a.m. today, this morning.
Oh boy.
This was originally gonna be a standing start, but I decided, pace lap will do. Is it? Are we at a short pace? We're doing a short pace lap. Okay.
I'm starting shotgun in the GT3 field. I am horrified.
I have this set to medium downforce endurance. All right. So number 14 is our index of affluency winner, and obviously first place and first place overall. That's our winner chicken dinner. So
Cameron, Eric Hesser says he's down to sponsor the Wisconsin Death Trip, which makes sense.
oh hell yeah, okay.
And
Well,
Chris,
we could
Chris,
probably
yeah, Chris Ray says he'll be on in like half an hour or so.
Okay, cool. All right, well,
All right. Well, I wish you guys luck in your race here. I'm gonna start wrapping up here in a little bit. I appreciate the invite, and maybe we'll catch up again soon.
yeah, thank you so much for coming, Bosie. I've been like trying to get you in here since May of 2022.
Yeah, it's hard to find it, just bouncing around with everything, but fortunately it worked out this time. So
Thanks,
hopefully
Bosie.
we'll be able to do it again at some point.
Yes, Bosie, thank you very much for joining us here on Lemons iRacing. You are more than welcome to come back at any
yes.
time. Even if you go and have a dessert and then decide you want to come back here in about 10 minutes, we're still here.
All right, very cool, very cool. Sounds good.
Bosie, you tell Odie I said hello.
Absolutely. All righty. Well, you guys have a good night. Talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bosie.
Nice to meet you,
Yeah.
Bosie.
You too. All right.
See
bye-bye.
you around,
All
man.
right.
Bosie's number 14 pick will live on.
That's right. Green for 42 laps, 260 kilometers of the Lilybelle Air at Bathurst. And let's see if we can, whoa, up at Hell Corner. Yeah, living up to its name already. All right.
I gotta be honest, I didn't get a chance to have a splash and dash, so this could be an interesting race.
It definitely will be.
A splash and dash?
Is my pit strategy, sir. Tinkle and winkle.
Oh,
You're thinking you can make it the whole time without crashing, and that is going to be your perfect pit strategy.
It's one of them. The Ferrari did
Oh,
get
I
better.
do not want to go 3 wide here. Holy shit.
I have a feeling that Zippy's pit strategy is going to sound a lot like Ferrari's in F1, where it's like plan D, plan Z, plan 2A at this point, you know?
Pit for Hods and go for the fast lap. Pit for
Yeah.
Hods. Pit for Hods.
Meow.
It's actually
Plan-
plan F. You can work out what the F stands for.
Plan B 2.0.4.
Yeah.
Ooh. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, be careful. Cold tires, and I don't know what the. I said the air temp is 71. I don't know what the. Oh, how bad is
There's
it?
definitely a
Oh,
block
no.
coming down the downhill.
Oh,
Okay, I'm hitting the reset button.
Podium
Oh,
just gets
boy.
wrecked out here.
I think my backside's totally trashed.
I made it
So
through.
hang on. Let's bring in the team owner as well as the driver right now. Zippy, how do you feel after that incident? And with the team owner here, what is your reaction?
Plan F was a go. It definitely was up, and definitely cold tires. The good news is I now get a potential chance to pee. The bad
There
news
you
is
go.
I'm now starting further back, but it's clean air. You know, now I can go for that fastest lap. I'm going to move a fresh car, hopefully no traffic. I do apologize to anybody I hit, and also I'm hoping that if the director can see what's behind me on my camera, I'm hoping that will give me some saving grace.
Well, your camera's
And
not
we'll
Thank
on,
your sponsors
so
too.
I can't show it if it's not on.
It's on Discord. Right, Discord
And,
streamed it.
You didn't do the virtual cam.
Mr. Bearded Sim Racer team owner, if I can have you step down from the box here. I know that this is kind of a heated moment here at the beginning of a race, beginning of a very, very long race. Can you give us your opinion on how your driver is acting out there on the track?
Obviously, when we unloaded the car today, we were expecting something entirely different. A lot of hard work back at the shop went into this effort today, and I gotta say the
How
tire
many
guy,
files
no.
were put in folders?
there was at least 16 files put into several folders, and I gotta say the tire guy is pissed.
Yeah. And we just lost Andy Warshka due to drop packets, so.
His packets do not
Andy.
belong to him; they belong to us.
Yes. Okay. Oh, Alex Switz. Oh, bonked me. Sorry.
Hey, Corey,
Yes,
can I
sir.
ask you an iRacing question? Because I like to say that anything iRacing is your problem, right?
I'm on the top of the mountain, so I'm going to be hanging on here.
Hang on for dear life as you go slide down the mountain. Candy cane
Why
style.
is it that iRacing always has a fascination of glow in the rear brake rotor so much?
But that's
Shiny,
cool.
make monkey brain happy.
Yes, shiny make monkey brain happy.
Like, I mean, I understand brake bias, you know, but you look at the majority of race cars that you see out there, and for the most part, it would be equal glowing, if not a little bit biased towards the front naturally, unless you're talking about oval racing. And it seems like in iRacing, everything is always so rear biased in terms of the visual glow.
You know, I point the cameras at the cars, man. Now, I would love to answer that question.
It's okay to say
However,
that's not my
I do-
department, sir.
I do not know, therefore I cannot say, so I
There you
hesitate
go.
to make a positive assertion on the situation.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm not looking for a serious answer by any means, but I just
Like I said,
something I
shiny.
noticed.
Listen,
The
like I
lawyer
said,
definitely liked it.
shiny brain or shiny things make monkey
Shiny
brain happy.
brain.
Shiny brains.
My
All
brain is
shiny
the
and
smoothest.
chrome.
It's the smoothest and the shiniest. No wrinkles on my brain.
Yeah. It's got that urethane, man, that kids love. It's like
All
a
the
koala.
thoughts slide right off.
Just like a koala who's so stupid it will only eat eucalyptus leaves from a specific eucalyptus tree. And if you try to take it to another tree, it'll die. It'll just die of stupidity and starvation.
I don't know if that's stupidity. I would just say that's the comfort zone, and you take them
For
out of
real,
the comfort
man.
zone, and it's like, uh-oh.
It
I'm
sounds
not
like it
cool
was
here.
the. It sounds like it was the
comfortable.
person's problem that took that koala away from its tree.
Let's get
Well,
down to the root
sometimes
problem.
fire.
Why do we need to take him out of the tree to begin with?
Exactly. That's his home. That's his food source. That's his
Well,
happy place. That
There's
seems cruel.
forest fires, and maybe the koala actually ate all the leaves off the tree, and it tried to move on, and
Well, here,
Chad.
hang on. Before we get into too much of a heated debate about this,
he did about koalas.
if everybody that is out there watching, listening, likes the images that you see on the screen, I know
That's
it is
right.
a little bit dark, but look at all these
For now.
wonderful graphics out there. You know, the
God,
race
ow,
overlays.
ow.
You got the comments down the side, these beautiful images. Well, that is all because of the Bearded Sim Racer Productions. And if you are looking for a production team to take your event to the next level, you need to hit up Ryan Bauer right here. He is the Bearded Sim Racer, okay? He can do it all. If you need any more proof, like I said, look at it right here, right now. So if you're curious, all you got to do is hit up Ryan Bauer, and he can get your race league special event, whatever you need, right here on the screen. And it's just, thank you, Ryan.
I thought you had my camera up then, Joey, and then you said about the bearded sim race, and I just haven't got the manliness to pull that off. But you know, I've got the fan blowing, so you got the wind blowing in my hair. I know you get really excited about that, and yeah, it's fair to say I quickly got brought back to reality on that one.
Well, I would say that if we're looking for a partner to really support your lifestyle on the racetrack out there, Zippy, I think it's going to be Top Flight Computers, because you're constantly hitting everything, have parts flying everywhere. You need the top level equipment out there in order to run your lifestyle. So if you need a new computer to handle all of those things that Zippy is throwing your way, like Slinger and the new damage model, all of this junk out there, Top Flight Computers is your go-to for your next gaming machine. Go on over to topflightpc.com.
That's right. And Andy Worshka's back.
Yay!
Yay!
Lady J, how you doing over there?
I mean, I got rammed a few times in the back, and then I slammed the twisty. So I am back out there, and I probably should also mention that 18 incident points before we go to Hungry Jack's, and then on and on and on. Unlimited fast repairs though, so that's helpful.
I definitely cashed in on one of those.
Yeah.
I sent it 3 wide on the first lap there, so that was on me, by the way.
Oh god, yeah, that was scary.
I said we're here, we're sending it. That's all there is to
Yeah,
it.
that's true. Oh, don't hit the GT4.
I got a great start, but it got loose going over the mountain, and I was just I saved it again, and then I ran out of luck, and I just bottled it.
I believe that word is talent, not luck.
Well, thank you, Jerry. That's actually rather nice coming from you.
He's saying you ran out of talent, not luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ran out.
Yeah.
Well, you ran out of both.
Whoosh. Speaking of fans,
Right
whoosh.
over that hair of his.
Oh, no, don't hit Aston. No.
Oh my god. Still
Just a
funny.
little. Jay, you need. So, you know, like the Staples "That Was Easy" button?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like you just need to carry around one of those, but it needs to be the no.
Maybe we can make that a nice Lemons gift. We'll open a gift shop too to find. Oh, and Aston! Oh, fuck! Okay.
Oh fuck.
Whoa.
Oh, watch out! Okay.
Clean up an R5. Produce.
Yeah, okay, I'm towing to service.
Lady J, I would just. Okay, you can do that, yeah.
Oh jeez.
I was gonna get ready to back you up there.
Jig. That was jig.
Oh, I hit into the wall.
That was
Put your
jig.
head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye.
It's a good thing that he's got the parts
thing
store
you're
to back
flexible.
him up.
Oh, we got a
On the
meatball.
side,
And
Joey.
hey, I want to get a little bit of an egomaniac moment for myself here, Ryan, because that livery that David Bryan won with really took me back, and I want to put this car on the screen. I need it on the screen. Thank you. This really brought back some memories, and for everybody that's like, what the heck is this random dude rambling about? When we were just at Oulton, remember it was the 12th place car that won, and it was David Bryan, the number 51 with the Starstruck. Boom! There is the Grand Am car that Shelby and I used to race, which is now known as IMSA GT4.
Yes.
You know, that was GS back in the day. The number 51 Starstruck car right there.
This is very similar to a contestant going on The Voice and singing the judge's song. That is basically what's happening now.
I mean, I would compare it, yeah, I mean, something like that, but it's more like talking about themselves rather than the judges. It's just getting up there and like talking a monologue about how great I am. Like, I wake up in the morning, you know, and I look in the
It's
mirror.
excellence. Sorry, Joe, carry on.
Oh my gosh, I see a
You and
lot
I
of
go together like
GT3s in
cocaine and
Headlane.
waffles.
Cocaine and waffles. A lot of GT3s have pulled in. I think we borked it a bit. We're all borking in around the mountain, but
Oh my gosh, what is
Let me hop into.
this? Hey, Ryan, go look at Derek Gilray right now, the number 6. He is laying down some sparks going down the back straight.
Oh yes, he is. He's in a Audi.
Look at this dude.
Oh,
I'm coming up on him now.
Is that a new damage model feature right there? Some sparks being laid down?
Probably.
I haven't seen that. Have you guys seen that before?
I mean, I've seen sparks last month, but
yeah, like when the cars bottom out, but I haven't ever seen one like from damage and consistently going down the racetrack like a lightsaber.
Jagbird is our first actual retirement.
Those are tracer rounds coming out of the right front there. I think those are looking like 223 caliber, 223 orange tracer rounds.
Yeah, I saw. I was like, yeah, sparking it up.
Pew 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 pew.
Pew pew. Meow 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 meow. Meow meow meow. Oh hey, look, the sun's getting higher and higher. That means you should be able to see us better.
A little bit better, yeah. We're starting to get a little bit of that color in the sky.
You know.
Sun's getting
Hang
higher.
on. What? Ryan?
Mr. Big.
Yeah, there it is.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
I
but-
will have to be the next retirement because I have a league super formula race to run here in about 15 minutes. I was going to run
Okay.
until I hit the wall. And,
Where
so
you guys at? Where are you guys at?
we are at Tsukuba. We're trying the short one today with these fast cars, and it is going to be horrifying and scary. And I'm going to fear
It's like
for my
a
life.
go-kart track.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to be racing super formula there. So, yeah.
Are you racing like the actual Tsukuba or the one next door?
We're racing whatever the largest track available there is.
Okay, but the short layout of the large track.
Yes.
Okay, all right, it'll be okay.
Yeah,
It'll be fine, but it'll be a death fest.
it's gonna be fast and scary.
Real fast before you leave,
Yes.
because I have a topic that we're going to talk about, so we're going to shame you after this. Once you do that.
Okay.
Christmas dinner. What do you usually like have, or when you think of Christmas dinner, what's the main and the entrees? What do you think of?
A good roast ham. A good roast
That's the
ham.
damn straight.
Prime rib is definitely an option as well. If you're trying to get really fancy with it. But yes, a good roast ham, you can't go wrong.
You just like that old rump, don't you?
Listen, good stuff.
Shaker, baby.
Hey, shake your rump.
Okay,
Thank you for the subby.
Thanks for the sub, Jason.
Thank you for the sub. So
eat it.
ham, and then give me 2 sides.
Oh man, you can't go wrong with mashed potatoes.
Nope.
You also can't go wrong with some good mac and cheese. But that's just generic stuff. But
Are you a gravy with your mashed potatoes guy?
it depends on the gravy. Now, it depends on who's making the gravy as well.
Oh, that's okay. So
I would
who
say it
makes the
depends
best
on
gravy?
the mashed potatoes, not necessarily the gravy.
Ooh, now there's a controversial opinion.
Uh-oh.
Because I mean, sometimes the mashed potatoes just need the gravy.
Some of the time, it's like steaks with A1. Like, it's not. It's sometimes a steak needs A1.
Yeah.
Then sometimes a steak doesn't need anything at all because it's good enough standalone. I'm picking up what you're throwing down. Sometimes the mashed potatoes are at a level at which they do not need the gravy because they are good enough on their own. A good garlic mashed potatoes, a little bit of butter in there. That's the ticket.
Did you just say a little bit of butter in mashed potatoes?
I'm a lot of bit of butter in mashed potatoes kind of guy.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Thank you for the correction.
Does it still moo at you when you eat it?
That's how I feel about my steaks. If it's moving at me, I don't want it.
I love me a good rare steak. Now it can't be blue rare, you know.
No,
but
no.
I like rare to medium
be
rare is
purple.
where I like my steak.
A solid medium rare, you can't go wrong.
Nah.
Well,
Yeah.
Corey,
Yeah.
I
Amen,
don't want to
brother.
keep you around if you have to run. Thank you very much for
Yeah,
being
thank you for
with us.
turning up, and Merry
Anytime.
Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Happy holidays. Yeah, I saw the format and I couldn't help myself. Like I said, Oulton Park with late models, and I was all in.
That's me, Corey.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 26 cars in this race.
Oh, hey.
Fantastic. All right.
We
Good
have
luck.
Cameron.
Thank
Have
you.
a good night. Have a good show. I'll see y'all around.
Thanks, Corey.
Yeah.
It is in.
And hey, just remember, when you crash, we still got an hour left over here.
It's true.
Yeah, we'll see how many laps down I'll be.
Yeah.
Good luck.
All right, see you guys.
Yeah.
Good luck scuba
and-
diving.
Yes, glub, glub, glub. Oh, that's Michael Johnson. But anyway, don't just thank me though, Ryan. Thank Chris Ray, because earlier this week he went to Reddit and told everyone there, especially the iRacing Reddit, about lemons and tried to drum up bigger crowd, bigger racing crowd. And
Nice. Well,
hopefully
we'll thank him when he hops on here.
That's right. Hopefully the iRacing Reddit people and the Reddit people in general realize that this isn't as serious business as I made it out to be earlier with my announcement. But, Oh.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi. I heard the leader was coming up on me too, though. I thought you were the leader for a second. And that was
Sadly
Jaden
not.
Calloway. Yeah. Oh, look, there's the sun rising above the S's.
Oh, I nearly ended up in your rear end then.
Yeah. Oh.
Am I dead? Sorry.
Oh, no.
Zippy,
Oh,
you're
oh,
there.
I got BMW.
That one wasn't me.
Oh.
And I got do a drive-through penalty, assuming I can drive through. Period.
Who was
I still
that?
haven't made it, but it wasn't me. And then there came a
I
lady
know, it wasn't you.
Jaden Calloway in the number 4.
They're the words that I told her. And then she caught me in the shower. Nearly got me on camera.
Let's look to see how blatant this was. We're gonna be good old Boie up here in the booth.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go because I have to do a drive-through anyway.
Now, I will say, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that he does hit the brakes before he hits you. Before he completely annihilates you, he does hit the brakes.
Yeah.
Murder on the dance floor. You better not kill the moves, DJ.
So, if there's anybody out there watching, listening, and is able to comment, if you enjoy hearing Zippy sing and would like to hear him, maybe sing a whole song,
Take requests.
type it in the chat there. We'll just get him queued up, and you can listen to Zippy for about maybe a couple minutes before he passes out.
Or for an hour and 8 minutes and 57 seconds.
I can't wait for nobody to comment in there, because that means
I do a pretty good Celine Dion. Bit of Mariah Carey. Some Savage Garden.
let's
Natalie
go back to the Christmas dinner topic, Lady J. What
Okay,
is
yes.
what is your main at?
Well, this year it will
We have a
be
request.
indeed a ham. Oh, what's the request?
Somebody to love.
by Queen.
So-
Ham.
ham. Let's speak of ham.
I might need lyrics for that one.
A lot. But before you go singing that one, let me answer Joey's question. So yes, this year we're gonna have a ham, and then the sides we're gonna do stuffing and I believe rolls and mashed potatoes. So,
Okay,
Nobody's had
so
Brussels sprouts yet.
oh hell no,
stuffing with ham.
I wanted stuffing. I like stuffing. I love stuffing. Stuffing's fun.
But you don't put it in the bird butthole. You just like to have it on the side.
No, mom doesn't do that. Mom usually, and since I was a kid, does done the turkey breast thing.
And honestly, traditionally, yes, you can cook stuffing inside the cavity of a turkey. However, usually in order to cook stuffing properly all the way through, you'll actually end up cooking or overcooking the turkey.
Yeah, because you have to make sure you don't have fun
If the
bacteria.
stuffing don't hit 165 degrees Fahrenheit, you get salmonella.
I believe-
I'll tell you
well,
what.
the stuffing I think has to get like 140-ish, but in order to get that inside the cavity and whatnot, this is getting nerdy with cooking and whatnot. But yeah,
Hey,
the rest of the rest of the bird is going to be way overcooked by that point.
Yeah.
Extra
It's
crispy.
dirty, you know,
We have a
Alton
second
Brown
request.
style.
Please
Yes.
sing the Eurobeat classic, Night of Fire.
I will
what
mute
is
this
that?
entire Discord if you do Eurobeat. I hate Eurobeat.
I don't even know what that is.
I'm gonna have to try on the back straight and try and get the lyrics to "Someone I Love" by Queen. Like I know
Yeah.
a little bit of Queen, but that ain't it.
I will
Damn.
tolerate Queen. I will mute the Discord if you do Eurobeat though, because
So
I hate
I
Eurobeat.
don't know what Eurobeat is, but it
So-
just
Me
reminds
neither.
no, hang on.
Okay.
It reminds me of what was that Will Ferrell movie that he did?
Oh, what
with,
is? Yeah. The Night of the Roxbury. Yeah, what is that?
No,
That is the Eurobeat song.
not Night at the Roxbury. I'm talking
Oh.
about recently in the last handful of years with the girl and they're the singers from the European country.
Oh, Eurovision.
Eurovision. Have you
Oh,
all
yeah,
seen
there's-
that? I think it's like a
I haven't
Netflix
seen
or a
it.
Hulu movie.
Netflix,
It is
I think.
actually very good. It is very funny. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it.
Okay, well, I'm not a movie person, so sorry about that. But yeah, I should tell, and I've told my chat before my feelings on Eurobeat. So apparently, if you're a racing VTuber, Eurobeat is your jam. It's not for me anyway. I get it's an Initial D meme because Initial D has a Eurobeat soundtrack. No, it makes me want to shoot the fucking radio that's playing it. You want to know what makes me drive faster? Ministry, Just One Fix, or Let's Go, or Jesus Built My Hot Rod with Gibby Haynes from the Butthole Servers. That will make me drive faster. Eurobeat will make me drive myself into the Falcon Wall here.
You know what else
look
would
that
make
up
you drive
afterward.
faster?
What's that?
Yokohama tires.
That's right, Yokohama Tires.
The official tire of the 24 Hours of Lemons Road Mangler Cup. If you enter your meat space ride into a Lemons event with Yokohamas on the corners, you'll be entered into the Road Mangler Cup, right? And you'll receive
right.
the Road Mangler stencil to paint upon the sidewall of your tires. And your team will have a chance to win a set of Yokohamas via a drawing at the end of the festivities.
Yes.
And we've even had some winners, two-time back-to-back Road Mangler Cup winners, the Hesser brothers, right?
That's right. Yeah, number 113. One of them is on the track. Yeah.
All you have to do to get started is visit yokohamatire.com. Find the right tire for your crap can. Maybe not your crap can. Maybe your regular ride too. Go
That's
to
right.
yokohamatires.com.
Indeed. And, this is a Lilybelle Air 260.
Ooh, Jaden Calloway just got turned.
Oh, no.
Turned.
Well, I mean, he turned me, so payback's a bitch. This is Lilybelle Air 260. By Mr. Bird? Yes, by Mr. Bird. So, we got some, normally we don't delve into the simulated sponsors, but I think we should delve into the top two, because they're really our race sponsor for the night.
Well, as you can see on our screen right here, the Lilybelle Air, right? The bluest skies you'll ever fly are Lilybelle Blue. Lilybelle Air is there to take you wherever your heart leads. Just remember, folks, flights, they start at $69. Nice. One way to over 420 destinations. Nice. In the U.S. and beyond. Book your Lilybelle Air flight today at beacons.ai/Lilybelle VTuber.
That's right.
Did
So-
anybody else? Oh, sorry. Carry on.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, so for those on the Lemon side who've been seeing my Lilybelle Air cars for a long time and has been wondering, what we just read, what's that about? What's Lilybelle? Okay, so Miss Lily is a VTuber. She's been VTubing since about 2020, and she started off as a travel photographer who likes to travel, and she does, and Me Space Self loves to travel a lot. And then her lore expanded to, this airline that I flew so much on loved me a lot and renamed themselves after me. And that's kind of been there ever since.
That's cool.
And then, yeah. And then what inspired me to carry her colors? Gosh, I wish, maybe Ryan's super fast on this, but number one, the Alitalia rally cars that were on mainly Lancias of the 70s and 80s. And number two, the Piedmont Airlines Winston Cup cars, like Texas Terry Labonte drove, and I think Ricky Rudd drove. That's what inspired me. So when I saw Miss Lily on my Twitter timeline way back then, I reached out to her and asked, hey, is it cool if I fly your colors on the ground? And hopefully not into this pedigree wall, but okay, whatever. and yeah, we've been chill pretty much ever since then. And she's not here right now. She's with her family doing Christmas stuff. And but she'll watch the VOD in my in-car, and oh boy, who's that? Oh, the new one of the new guys. Okay. Oh, he wants his lap bike. Yeah, you can have your lap bike. That's fine. But yeah, this is kind of her Christmas present from me, and maybe from Lemons too, to her. I mean, we actually had a Me Space driver who also was in the league, still is in the league, minivan. Do y'all remember the cargo ship that got stuck in the Suez Canal?
Yes.
Okay, so someone did a thing based on that, and they really played into that the entire weekend they were there. And they requested some logos, including those from the Lemons iRacing League. And they wanted the OG, not the one I'm wearing right now, but the OG Lilybelle Airlines branding. And yeah, so Lilybelle Airlines was on a container on the minivan that was purposely being a stuck ship the entire weekend. Oh, and that's definitely something we don't want for Andy and his black box.
I was actually picturing, after Joey read that little announcement, I was picturing Joey as a flight attendant in the full get-up, and that thought was greatly amusing to me.
I am up front in charge of this thing, and I will crash us into the ground if you keep making those comments back there. You strap in, I got the seatbelt light on, and you better hang on, folks.
Good times.
Oh my goodness. Well, we just went under 1 hour remaining here.
Ooh, 1 hour and how many laps has the leader completed?
Let's see here. It is a
14, I think.
42-lap race, right? We are only on lap 14 right now.
Did I underestimate how long this would take? Because I did like 21 in an hour. Granted by myself, but
Yeah, we will definitely be using the full
2.5 hours. Yeah.
Just have to see how it all goes out.
I had a look at the Someday to Love lyrics, and I definitely don't know that one, so I'm absolutely bombed out of luck on that one.
Watch some of these GT3 cars go up the hill. So, Zippy. We've got 2 votes for the big old rump of ham for Christmas dinner.
No.
The ham rump.
Ham rump, baby.
No.
Boing.
What is, when you think of Christmas dinner, what do you think of?
Well, traditionally for me, it was always turkey. But then when we moved to Canada, we had steak. And I actually think that's awesome, having steak. Because, I mean, I never grew up having steak. And, you know, that was a bit of a treat. And then the fact that it's completely the opposite, just makes me feel good. And I had a couple of years we had steak, and then the girlfriend at the time wanted something else, and that ruined the tradition. But hey, she's an ex now, right? So maybe I'll get steak this year. Sadly not. I think we're getting the old man can't eat red meat anymore, so I think we're having turkey again. But I'll get my steak dinner again one day. I'm hoping for it.
Yeah. That sounds kind of cool.
But you gotta have like the Brussels sprouts. We used to have this dish with the Brussels sprouts, roast potatoes, and walnuts and stuff, and it was
walnuts.
absolutely delightful. I think there might have been sultanas as well. I can't remember, but I just know I want to eat everything within a radius right now. I'm so hungry. So I'm trying to dodge Liam's arm there. And you have Christmas pudding as well. I don't know if you guys really get it over here, but it's like a UK thing, I guess.
No, I don't think we've done Christmas pudding, no.
Oh,
I thought you said foot in. I was like, I ain't putting that
What now?
dinner.
You put your foot in the dinner, you put your foot out the dinner, and then you lick your toes. You do a little monkey and you spin yourself around, and then you punch your Uncle Joe in the face.
It reminds me of Scary Movie 2. Use my strong hand. Uses his hand to whip up those mashed potatoes.
Yeah. Let's see. I gotta.
So Christmas pudding is normally cooked in the microwave, and you'd often find money in it. Actually, like the grandparents used to put money in it, so you'd find like a quid or 2 quid or something like that. It was just, I don't know if it's a UK tradition, but certainly in our family, that's what you used to find. You just used to have to feel carefully so you didn't, gut the £1 coin.
Was it that fragile?
Well, it wouldn't have felt good if you chewed on it, that's for sure.
Say, like, he chomped down on a nickel, essentially.
Can you imagine going through airport security and go, look, I have value. I promise you, it's just money, it's nothing else, and it's not like an obscene amount of money, and it's not hidden anywhere unexpected. I can explain this,
Just give me some X-Lax, it'll come out.
You guys are gross.
You're welcome.
Oh boy. Oh, gotta be careful around the dipper.
The good news is, I've made it into the top 10 now.
Oh, that's cool. Oh my god. Okay, clear. Yeah, I see. Oh god. Okay, it's our. I'm holding my line. Oh, it's the other GT3s. Oh, hey! Number 3, one of our newest members, Julian Jones. It's okay, Liam. If you're listening to us, it's okay. We got one of our newest members and stuff.
Yeah, we're looking at him on screen right here, Julian Jones, and the old Colonel.
That's right, KFC baby, which is what they do in Japan for Christmas.
More food, yeah, I have none in front of me.
And now, the red and yellow is a hotly debated combo. Now, when I was growing up, like when I was in grade school, I really, really enjoyed the red and yellow combo. And now that I'm an adult, I think it's a little bit too much, too contrasty. What are your guys' thoughts on the red and yellow as a combination?
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, brother.
I thought you was on about food still. I thought that was like a KFC combo that was like stateside or something. It's not food, I guess. Just the red and yellow goes nice, but I prefer more like a maroon and gold. A little bit more elegant.
Ah, that makes sense.
I know, for me it's surprising, isn't it?
Right behind this TCR, another. Oh boy, don't want to hit David. He's got the Falcon, or I have no idea what it says.
I believe it. Yeah, I think it is a Falcon liveried TCR car.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah, you can go, bro. That's okay. Who was that? That was James Larson. Oh, hey, yeah. I know him. Yeah, he's one of our old ladies. Good to see him on the track again. He was killing it last time. Looks like he's got Menard's Porsche. Save big money at Menard's Porsche.
Down the hill, leave everybody in the dust. The sun is starting to come up,
right.
but speaking of Christmas dinners, when I think of Christmas dinner, prime rib and mashed potatoes.
Oh, hey, that goes back to the steak thing.
That's what it always was for me. Granted, that was my dad's favorite, you know, but turkey for Thanksgiving, and then, you know, a month later, yeah, prime rib for Christmas.
I have something interesting I'd like to talk about, actually.
What's up?
Boy.
So, no, actually, it's clean. For me, this is pretty clean. So, I understand that Lamborghini, the factory, has actually just switched to a 4-day work week, and yet the guys still get paid the same.
Hell
I
yeah.
actually really like that idea. I don't think it will happen
too.
over here, but wouldn't that
Or
be
maybe in the
awesome?
US. Yes, it would. I go union. I'm a very union lady. That's me.
I don't care how many days people work as long as the work gets done. Like that's
Well, that too.
like that's all that really matters, is that you're not overworking people. You have
Right.
a fair schedule, and the schedule is being accomplished. People aren't taking advantage of it, and the work is being accomplished. You know, that's how it should be run.
Indeed.
I don't know how you do it when a lot of places there's so much to do. There's just not enough hours in the day, and our director could definitely vouch for that one. But you know, like, you still need to get the work done. But they found that people were more productive by having 4-day weeks. So
I think the other thing that, you know, screams to me, now I am an outsider and this is purely speculative, right? I have no information whatsoever, but it screams to me that it's well funded with enough employees to do that.
Absolutely.
Hey, speaking of our producer, though.
Yo.
Hey,
Hey, yo.
you would, yes. Would you happen to have queued up Miss Lily's Christmas album on Spotify? I don't know if you can, like, play it over or, you know, like you usually play the other music.
Yeah.
I think you'd be okay. Yeah. It'd be cool to cue that up for a little bit of this race. So, Miss Lily is also a singer. She's a really good singer. And she put out, not too long ago, on Spotify and Apple Music, a Christmas album with some of her fellow VTubers. And so actually, I just listened to the whole thing. I'm not sure if my chat got to hear it because I may not set everything up correctly, but they got to see the little Spotify widget. But yeah, it's a really good album. And if you know, if Miss Lily had a Bandcamp, you could probably buy a digital copy, or I guess Apple Music you probably could too. I haven't fucked with Apple Music really ever. Oh, what is that behind me? Oh, EJ Bird? Okay. You know, I just remember when it was the iTunes store, I'll just put it that way. But, yeah. Yeah, go check out Miss Lily's album. And it's also on YouTube, too, if you don't want to do Spotify or Apple Music. For whatever reason, that's all right. But go EJ. Go blow by me. Go. You're faster than this dummy. I'll tell you that much. Shit. Oh god, we are matched up, aren't we?
You know what other partner that I'm seeing that I haven't seen, and you can call me out on just not seeing this if it's been in here for a while?
What's up?
The Auburnon Vineyards Auburnon Noir.
That's right. It's a paint I used to run, but the blue tint clear coat just screwed up everything for Chrome, so I have to figure out what to do. But go ahead and do the ad read.
Since 1981, there's been one wine on everyone's lips. Auburnon Vineyards Auburnon Noir.
Yeah.
From the first bottles to our latest vintage, our award-winning Pinot Noir continues to amaze even the most jaded wine connoisseurs and critics.
That's right.
From our Northern California vineyard to your home, Salud. Available at D's Nuts Market, Rural King, and your local ABC. Auburnon Vineyards, established 1978.
That's
You know,
Why does it say since
beautiful
1981
Christmas.
and then established
Okay.
in 1970?
Okay, here. So, you know what? It's lore time again. I don't mind telling this story. So, we actually technically have to go back to 1976.
Is that when the first humps were going?
The what now?
Never mind.
Okay, I was listening to Crew Chief. So, my late This is lore. This is lore, by the way. This is all fiction here. My late grandfather, the Hammer, Harrison Aubernon, and his son, my dad, Ian, took part in Big Bill Francis happening of the whole, hey, let's send NASCAR to Le Mans. The first time. And, Big Bill went out to a whole bunch of teams, couldn't find anyone. So, but in this alternate reality, 3 cars went instead of 2. We know about the Olympia Beer Dodge Charger and the Ford Torino. So my grandfather saw these 2 cars and thought, and he was a Dodge guy at the time. He ran a Dodge Charger. And he was like, oh, we need all 3. We need the big 3 in Le Mans. So he goes to Kel Yarbrough and asks, hey, how much for one of your Chevelle Laguna bodies? I want to take it to Le Mans. I think Kel had a good laugh, and then when he realized, oh, the Hammer's serious about this. Make you a deal. How about $5,000 and you bring me some wine? It's like, all right, cool. So we outfitted the Laguna for the happening. I say we, I wasn't born yet, but... Oh, hi, Ferrari. Let's Jay Becker. So how well did we do at the 76 Le Mans? Not very well. We outlasted the other 2 cars, but until something similar to that happened. The brakes gave out in this case. It was not very fun for everyone involved, but afterwards we spent, my family spent a couple weeks just checking out vineyards, because at this point my grandfather had actually bought some land in Northern California. And he decided, okay, this is what I want to do, this is how I want to do it, and I need the money to keep on racing. So in 1978, he established A-A-Ron Vineyards, planted the first grapes, which were then turned to wine, and he stored them until 1981, the first bottles of that vintage. So that's where that whole thing comes from.
For a couple of laps, I was able to stay with the race leader, but not for long. But that was nice.
Did you run out of talent again?
Or is it luck?
Oh, shit!
Oh, yeah, luck. That's what he calls it.
Maybe both. That sounded like both there.
That shouldn't be that funny.
I was lodged in...
What happened?
I bend it.
Where? Where did you bend it?
I reset, but on the mountain. The Ferrari definitely does not like curbs. It kind of runs away, like airborne.
Hey, well, that's why I chose it to be the Lilybelle Air car this time around. It's a plane. It's an Italian stallion.
It could be backed by a certain energy drink as well, because as soon as it sees a curb, it just, it's got wings.
That's right.
Damn.
Well, go ahead.
I was doing so well as well. My recovery was going beautiful.
Oh.
Bollocks.
Well, speaking of energy drinks, on the front of my nose, which is clearly damaged at this point, as well as on the back side, I have another VTuber related sponsor, VT Energy, which is another ad read in the simulated sponsors if you want to take care of that, Joey.
Okay. Chop.
Stop.
Taste your Oshi with VT... how do you say it? VT
Energy, yep.
VT Energy 2D fluids for a 3D world. VT Energy's line of VTuber bathwater, pool water, and toilet water energy mixes are full of zesty flavors that are fun for the whole family. And they are available at your local Quick Hands, D's Nuts Market, Rural King, and your local grocery store. Hashtag not safe for consumption.
Yeah, not safe for human consumption, that's right. So, the VT Energy was created by 2 VTubers, Honeykin and Nene. And they did this actually on stream, on Honey's stream. And they used the chat, the AI, chat GPT-4, to come up with, statements about what VT Energy was, and Honey created the logo. And just like with Miss Lily, I reached out to Honey. He's like, hey, could I rock your colors in the VT Energy stuff? And she said, yeah, she was down for it. And yeah, the whole premise is very lemony. That's just like, everything else.
Well, prime rib.
Yeah,
my window pane, eating candy cane.
Yeah, ham times two.
We've got another in here, though. Oh, we've been waiting for him to come in. He snuck in here, I would say like 10 minutes ago, and he hasn't said anything. He's probably got like Costco chicken or something.
It's Costco ham.
I think it was, wasn't it?
Once again, hasn't brought enough to feed the rest of us.
We're listening to Lilybelle do a Christmas rap right now. This is pretty great.
Hell yeah.
Hello,
She's
Chris.
very talented. Hey, Chris.
I was sitting not talking. You're quite right. But honestly, I was just thinking, have I had too many drinks to do this? And then
Oh no, never enough.
I watched you doing it for a while, and I thought, you know what? I don't think I have.
Maybe you need another before you actually start. It's more kind of the spirit. I actually need to make another one over here, so it might be that you guys need to talk for a few minutes,
Hey, that's fine. Well, Chris, let's talk about your half of the 2024 championship
perfect.
thing.
All right.
Oh, yes. Right. I'm glad you led into that segue that I'd prepared very well for.
I'm the boy.
So, as well as these once-in-a-lifetime events, the 24 Hours of Lemons also runs 3 weekly races. So, I'm going to say, I'm on the West Coast, I don't care about the rest of you, and they are at 11 a.m. on Thursday and 11 a.m. on Saturday.
Yep.
Cameron's going to correct me where I'm wrong.
Yes,
and
11
9 p.m.
a.m.
on-
Pacific, yeah.
And 9 p.m. on Tuesday. So that's like
right.
midnight Tuesday.
Midnight
2
Wednesday
p.m.
morning for me, and 2 p.m. Thursdays and Saturdays.
Yeah. But we have a pretty kind of wide range of people, including Lady J and myself. We used to be quite good. Like a long time ago, we used to win these tournaments.
Yeah, I think the ISA came was third, and then you invited a lot of people, and we have 2 people retire. Yeah. We had 2 more people retire.
And then we got lots of people who turned out to be disappointingly good. Or I guess you could look at it another way, Cameron, but let's not do that.
Let's not. Let's talk about your robot.
Yeah, and then, sorry, actually, I'm going to finish because I recruited some more people. I thought, we were getting kind of 10-ish people at races, and I'd quite like to get more like 20 people at races.
Yeah.
And so I thought I'll post on Reddit a bit because I have like a half-decent Reddit score for some bizarre reason. And I posted on, /r/24 Hours of Lemons, and I think we got like 2 people. And I posted on /r/iRacing, and we got like 50 people. And unfortunately, all of those 50 people, I hadn't really thought this through when I posted it, are following fucking /r/iRacing, aren't they? They're not like worse than we are.
No, they're pretty good.
Yeah, so we've had a terrible influx of people who are decent. So if anyone's out there and you're not very good, like really not very good, then we would love to have you. Lady J and I especially would love to have you in these weekly races.
Yes.
You know where I think Lemons would be maybe the perfect undercover troll?
What's that?
The Reddit sim racing stewards.
Oh yes, like Paul Sutton from Monday Night Racing, who gave us another fun sponsor that is actually in the simulated sponsor reads Wild Variables.
Oh boy. Yes, Wild Variables blended seasonings. Is your driving too spicy for the race control's liking? Kind of like how Zippy is out there? Are your skills so zesty that race
Just see who I'm behind.
not only black flags you, but removes you from the race entirely because they haven't had the wild variables on the track?
Like me just now.
I just saw that, and that was right on cue, Joey.
Then you're our driver. Wild variables, blended seasonings, now available once again at D's Nuts Market, Rural King, and your local grocery store.
Yes.
Honestly, that move by Lady Jane was a treat from start till the very end. I think there may have even been a follow-through.
Oh man, that should be it. Clip that, baby. Oh, KFC, how you doing?
All this while there's is it a Japanese Christmas song going on in the background? It's not in English.
Oh, yeah. I guess I wasn't paying attention. I guess Miss Lily recorded a Japanese song, too. Sorry, Miss Lily. Driving, death, what I just did. Yeah.
So, Chris, one of the topics, surprise, surprise, has been food tonight.
It's a big close to my heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
You got
we've been
cholesterol.
talking about, when you think of Christmas dinner, what do you think about? Like, what's the main, you know?
The most important thing about Christmas dinner is anyone called Chris who's there, I think.
Oh, hey.
Oh, you know what we
what do
did
we eat?
get?
What do we eat in Scotland? What did you say, Zippy? I don't know.
Well, I've just realised what I forgot, and that was Yorkshire puddings. But I said you need turkey. Well, I said you need steak, but traditionally, as Brits, we have turkey.
I think it's more turkey because that's kind of our Thanksgiving, I think.
But I just remembered Yorkshire puddings, and now I could eat a plateful. Oh,
If you eat a plate full of Yorkshire puddings before finishing this race, I will donate $100 to a charity of your choice.
actually, I wonder how hard it is to make Yorkshire puddings. Because that might be on. I got a fundraiser in January, and you may have just became a gold level sponsor.
Woo, let's go, Chris.
Mum's not awake, so she ain't gonna make me gold level Yorkshire puddings. That sounds delightful.
All right. So we got turkey. What about the sides? What goes with the turkey?
Like peas and mashed potatoes,
Classic.
carrots.
And you know, I know that this is pushing it for this area of the world. Do you guys put any salt and pepper on those?
We do. We don't put any jello in them at all.
Did it? Oh, we don't really do that anymore. I mean, that was a 50s thing. Oh, are you telling me some people still use the
Well-
50s cookbooks?
I have eaten more jello salads since I moved to this country than I ever have in my life before. Before being none.
I am sorry about
I've
that.
probably had like 4, I think.
Ah.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't like them, but they are a very odd dish.
I don't consider stuff like that salad. I know that it says salad, but unless it has like green leaves in it, it isn't a salad.
Yeah, I'm inclined to feel like there should be boundaries on what you can call a salad.
Indeed.
Yes.
Well, Andy
Like
is
a
our latest
Mac
retirement.
salad?
He finally retired, yeah.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Love me some great Hawaiian, mac salad. Zero salad in mac salad.
Yeah.
It's noodles and mayonnaise. That is not a salad. Like,
That's another dish and a salad topping.
I'm actually looking up a Yorkshire pudding recipe right now. This one here, I pulled over.
Yeah, I saw.
he's terrible at driving anyways.
I can't cook either, I can definitely, it doesn't have to be Thanksgiving, but I can roast, but I can't cook. But this one here, prep minutes 5 minutes, cook time of 20, give me 25 minutes. Do I have to eat them by the end of the race? Because that's getting a look. Damn.
I would
that
love
was
to
what
see
you originally
Zippy
said.
try to make this in 25 minutes and then no matter what, still eat it by the end of the show.
Maybe we could jointly come up with a kind of more reasonable goal, because I feel like
Yeah.
it's doing it. What do you think, Zippy? What do you think would be a challenge? Like, could you eat 3 of them? I mean, making them is tough enough because you've got like half an hour
I
left.
can't cook, I'm hoping I don't get food poisoning from this. That's
You know
not worth $100.
How about this? I'll give $100 to charity your choice. This is going badly for me. If you can make and eat one single Yorkshire pudding.
I'm going to go put the
The
oven on.
entire pan is not going to come out. If he can't cook and he's never made them before, it is going to be a disaster.
I'll send you the recipe I'm going
It'll be
with.
worth it, right?
Yeah, no, I'm down. I can't cook though.
He's gonna be like
This is
gonna
totally
be
turning into a cooking stream now.
out.
Let's get the
He's gonna
cooking
be getting a
stream
spoon
going.
and just eating pancake batter out of the.
Right. I mean, as long as he can eat one, I'm good with it. As long as he can eat one thing, he's going to call a pancake.
So hang on a second. I'm summarizing. Heat oven, okay. Drizzle sunflower oil, that's easy enough. Place in the oven. You got to heat up the oil in the tin. Okay. Make the batter. Now we're getting colourful.
Okay.
140 grams plain flour. Bowl, beat in 4 eggs. Now, is that a whole egg? I'm guessing so. And I can't crack an egg very well, so that could be colourful.
Mm-hmm.
Gradually add 200 millimeters. Okay, this is where it's going to go wrong.
Yes, you're gonna be adding millimeters of milk.
Millimeter.
Carry on beating until the mix is lump-free. Season with salt and pepper. There you go, Joey. Did you write this? Pour the batter into a jug. Remove the hot tins from the oven. Okay, that sounds easy. Evenly pour the batter into the holes. Okay, I take it they mean the pan.
How long's it got to be in the oven, though? That's critical.
Place the tins back in the oven and leave undisturbed for 20 to 25 minutes.
Yeah, right, okay.
This
You better get started
whole
on this.
process is gonna take
No,
a
I feel
couple
like
hours.
you eat one after it's like 15 minutes, you know, it's going to be edible.
Right. I'm going to put the oven on. I'll be back.
Yeah, you need to get on with it.
Yeah, you better hurry up there.
Yeah. Oh no, I have gained a spot. I am no longer winning the index of affluency for Boise.
I love that Zippy, who doesn't cook, who says he can't cook, thinks he can just make some Yorkshire pudding all of a sudden.
We shall see. We shall see.
There's Chris. You know that there's no way that this is gonna come out at all.
I believe in him, even if you don't.
Well, speaking of making things, let's talk about the League Monkey Bot's role in the 2024 championship.
Oh, yes, sorry, that was what I was in the middle of.
Yeah.
I don't know what you were doing before I got here.
Talking about food.
So the previously mentioned weekly races that we have at 3 times, that I'm not going to repeat again. If you're too late, you missed it.
Right.
They are basically managed by a bot that I wrote, so it doesn't always work all that well. But basically, we pick someone at the end of each race. We pick someone who is someone from that race to choose the next race, and they have to have taken part in 5 races since the previous time they got to choose a championship race. And then that person gets a few days to decide what they want, and then they tell the bot what it is they want, and then the bot announces it at like 10 a.m. my time Pacific. The day before the race is going to happen. So everyone gets at most kind of a day and a bit of practice because that's another thing that allows Cameron and I not to come last but second last.
Pretty much.
And then at the end of the race, the bot reads the results and then it picks a person from the eligible people to choose the next race. And it's kind of fun because we get quite a huge amount of different race formats, and some of them are hilariously great and some of them are absolutely awful, including the last one that I chose. But it's good fun, and we have a reasonable kind of solid little community going along with these weekly races. And it's obviously a feeder to the great main series.
I know that you were talking about the quality of racers that you want over here and making sure we have an amazing time at Lemons, right? Kind of making sure that you keep the feel. And I just want to make this comment. I've been watching everybody try to hit pit road out here, and I would say that 8, maybe 9 out of every 10 completely blow pit road. Like they've never practiced it yet.
That's the kind of thing I want to see. Yeah. You're
is what we want.
You're the people we need. You're the people we need. Lady J and I.
Yes. Man, well done. I gotta work on it.
It's so great. I just watch them. You know, they think they get it slowed down in time. They're like, nope, definitely not. Just through the grass.
So the service.
Tyler's thing, by the way, who we're watching now, we're watching a second ago, is one of the people in the weekly races who I would quite like rid of because he's not that much faster than me, but he usually beats me. So, new person to replace Tyler, that would be great. He's gonna watch the stream afterwards.
Tyler. Chris Ray says that he does not enjoy racing and sharing the track with you.
No, I have. He is one of the people that I enjoy racing against the most, but I would like to beat them more.
Yeah.
So if they had like other engagements, that would be great.
So, steering back to the League Monkey Bot, its role for the championship is that, unlike what it normally does, which is let's say someone wins this race, they pick the next race. That's not happening. I'm still picking the races, or Ryan if he wants to, or Joey if he wants to, or whatever. Instead, it's just going to tally the points for 11 rounds, and at the end of the 11th round, it will say, you're the one. You win. You won the championship. You get to be Lady J for the big finale in December.
What does being you encompass? Do you have to live in your house?
No. They just get to be the race director for the big finale.
Oh, interesting. So, what rules are there for what they can pick?
Well,
Can I do Lotus 49 at the Nürburgring?
Oh my God.
God, no.
So, funny story about that, real fast.
Okay.
It was at the Ringmaster, or like, isn't there a Ringmaster series that they do now?
I think so. Yeah.
And confession, I rarely get in the actual sim nowadays. And the first time that I got into it, my buddies were like, "Oh yeah, we're practicing, and we're just having fun in the 49s at Nordschleife." I was like, "Oh my God, here we go." Got in the car. I maybe make it like 6 or 7 turns at most, in like
bad.
20 minutes. Like, yeah,
Do you
not
remember?
even like to the jump.
Sorry, Lady J, I'm going to do just a quick segue.
Okay.
Did anyone else play Grand Prix Legends, which was the Dave Kamer game from like 3 games ago? That's the guy who kind of built iRacing. But he famously made this computer game called Grand Prix Legends. And oh my gosh, somebody's going to tell me when it is. Somebody in the chat tell me when it is. It was like 90s or something. It was quite a long time ago. And it was Lotus 49 everywhere. And it was more, it was worse to drive than the Lotus 49 in iRacing at the moment is. And it was at a time when, driving games were all super easy to drive. All of a sudden, it was just like, no, I'm actually going to make you a realistic Lotus 49 Nürburgring game. And everyone's like, this game is shit. I can't get like 3 corners into it.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, right. But sorry.
But I mean, we're also comparing the most unforgiving racetrack in the world with a car that we are completely not prepared to drive given what we're used to driving,
Right, the car is so crazy. Like, the ways in which it handles are just so much. You can understand, like, this is because of this part moving against this part. The cars are so much simpler. It feels kind of a much more raw experience driving it. My God, it's hard.
Well, the bearded sim racer over there will tell you, we cover the Lotus 49 series every week with GSRC over there. And, so yeah, we had the broadcast this morning. We had 50 cars lined up. I don't even remember. Where did we even race this morning, Ryan?
Red Bull Ring, wasn't it?
Red Bull Ring. That's what it was. We're on the third show. I'm on the third show.
Feels like
today.
it was 2 days ago, but
Yeah.
this is my 4th show today, so yeah, I feel you.
Too bad the Red Bull Ring couldn't give those 49s wings.
Yeah.
That was a good race.
Yeah,
though.
we had 50 Lotus
50.
49 cars at
the
the Red Bull Ring
maximum
this morning.
field size, yeah, is epic.
That was amazing.
So yeah, and what those cars are actually capable of in iRacing now, I agree with you. Like the braking and turning capabilities are very 1960s, right?
Right.
But at some of these tracks, they're doing like 220 miles an hour. It is hilarious.
Very scary cars, yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah.
All those dead grandpas. Well, that's us. We're the dead grandpas when we drive them.
I mean, it's almost a totally different sport when it's that dangerous. You know what I mean? It's like climbing versus like, free climbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it was also what the time was back then, right? And safety has come a long ways, and the sport has adapted, and thankfully because of it, And I will say that racing is probably one of the more quickly adapting sports, which is good. It needs to be with how fast technology and how fast the cars get.
Right.
Unfortunately, it still tends to be a reactive industry rather than a proactive industry. But you can't always guess what everything is going to happen, you know?
But dude, I mean, like you know, when I tell people I go car racing, nobody's like, oh my god, you're going to die doing it, because nobody really does die doing it. I mean, like it's an exceptionally safe sport. I bet you it's safer than skiing or whatever these days, and it's quite a different thing, you know.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference though is how many people are racing cars versus how many people are skiing and dying, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
I think when I think of unnecessary motorsport injuries and potential death, once again, I'm going to get myself up on a pedestal and think too highly of myself once again. I think of coaching, especially right seating, anything with HPDE and track day. Like, why would I ever put my life on the line getting in some random car that's going to travel at over 100 miles an hour that's in the hands of somebody else who's new to this, you know?
Do you not do that? Because I do that.
Oh, absolutely. I will not get in a right seat of a car. No.
I've never really thought too much about it, to be honest. I never made a conscious decision about it being safe or not, but I've done an awful lot of it. I really quite enjoy it myself.
Hey, good for you. You know, if you
No, but you're making me wonder, honestly.
Just
making me
look
wonder
at
whether it's a good idea. I mean, you know, this is the thing that people do die in quotes motorsport, right? I mean, there's more deaths like that we've heard of recently than any actual driving deaths. Yeah, okay, you're really putting me off this idea.
Don't make me discouraged, because coaching is important. However, how people need to be coached, I think, needs to be evaluated. If that makes sense.
Sure. Like, you could do it with video or whatever. I mean,
yeah. And there's no reason why you can't do that.
One good thing with doing it with video is I feel like a lot of the time when I'm being instructed or I'm instructing people, you say like 10 things to people in a track day session, and they're going to remember one. I mean, you're going to remember one. Because you're all kind of buzzed, and they're saying it while you're driving, and it's hard to take in like long-term knowledge while you're trying to go around a racing track. So doing it over video, if that became the norm, that might actually be great, because then at that point they're just sitting in their pajamas, having a conference call. They're not amped up about it.
So, Chris, you need to go back and replay what you just said once we're done with this, because you just made the argument for exactly. I mean, why would you make that a learning environment when it's such a high-stress situation and nobody can understand that? And then why would you put yourself in the right seat of that?
Yeah.
So, anyways, and then if you really want to dive into it even further, I think street cars are probably the more safer of the two. However, not really, with the grip levels and everything that they got. If you ever get into a race car, absolutely no protection is on the right side in terms of safety protection. All of the cell and everything is based off of the driver. So you're actually even more at danger at that point.
Yep,
But think of how close an ambulance is and that kind of stuff. I mean, it's very different from that point of view. Like you could have the same accident and be in intensive care in like a minute and a half on a racetrack.
What, compared to the freeway?
Yeah, right? I mean,
well, yeah, I mean, but the whole point is to remove yourself from the situation completely rather than be in it,
Yeah, no, sorry, I wasn't arguing for more. Well, I suppose I was arguing for more danger that was pointless. It was complicated.
But no, that's a gripe that I have, and I think that especially for a lot of people, they're just volunteering their time and instruction. They're putting their potential life on the line to just help somebody, which is incredibly generous and maybe should be thought about.
No, you're totally right. Yeah.
Well, back to the positive stuff.
Yeah, positive stuff. Who is currently 14th
Any other things
overall?
I do that you'd like to persuade me out of doing?
Well, I mean, even when I would ever get into any race cars, granted, like my driving career is not what it used to be. But, I had somebody that I trusted with my life, and anything that I would get into, it needed to be checked over first, because think about it. What if you go out there and drive somebody's car and you're setting it up and like a failure happens and their cage isn't welded together properly and it puts you in danger when you're just trying to actually be hired for a job, you know?
Yeah.
So there's a lot to safety, I think, is what it comes down to, you know? And when you're traveling at well over 100 miles an hour in a 3,000 pound plus vehicle, a lot can go wrong very quickly.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And there's also a huge difference, you know, in having an incident in private practice versus having it in a race, because again, the emergency services attention is different.
Oh yes, yeah, and not to dissuade anybody, but I think the coolest part about a lot of these new cars is how fast they are. Look at the capabilities that these new cars, these new street cars are with the traction control systems.
So fast now.
Crazy fast. But what does that mean? It's putting the potential into everybody's hands once again. You know, people that aren't ready for that.
Democratization of racing. Although the money, you know, it's very expensive. Even for lemons, it's very expensive. You know, you gotta turn a crap can into a race car, and that's why there is no budget on safety. So that alone cranks it up.
Yeah, we do get people in real life lemons turning up on the forums and things saying, I've only discovered now this is going to cost me more than $500.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's just a start.
It's like somebody asked me who in our team owned the car, and I was just like, I have no idea. Like that is not a thing that features at all in any budget at this point. Like the ownership of the actual car is such a negligible cost in this entire escapade that nobody knows who owns it. It falls off the bottom of the spreadsheet.
But I mean, even at lemon stuff, like what you guys are saying is perfect, because it still needs to be safe. Yes, you know, the $500 rule limit, but cages, safety equipment, all of this, you really can't put a price on it. Now, you can spend as much as you want, or as, you know, whatever the requirements, I guess. But you can even get banged up in a freaking first-gen RX-7 that's doing 85 miles an hour out there if the safety equipment isn't what it should be, you know?
Yeah, everyone needs the same cage, really. But, yeah. And lemons are not about safety. I mean, it's the one thing that they ruin people's fun on.
You know, and I've been in an E30 and just even roll bar padding as you get banged into stuff, you know?
Yeah,
it's
right.
just,
they mandate
it's
that.
important, you know?
What lap has the leader completed?
35. So we're looking to be just under 15 minutes remaining. If that's about 7 minutes per lap, or I'm sorry, about 2 minutes, about 2 minutes per lap with another 7 laps remaining is, yep, about what it should be.
All right, I didn't fuck that up. Yay! I fucked everything else up, but the link, awesome. It'll
end up being about, it should be probably about 90 minutes or so, just over 90 minutes in terms of the race time, ladies.
Oh wow, nice. So you've been under 2 hours. Yeah, I was basing off of how long it took me to do like half, 21 laps with a fuel stop, and it was just by myself. But yeah, I didn't screw this one up.
I think you have a few of these drivers in here, like Joshua, Alex, EJ, Jaden, really even Julian out here. They have been putting down some very impressive, consistent laps, which is, quite honestly, you guys, I'm starting to question if you practiced, and it shows like you practiced out here.
Nobody likes to show off.
Well, I'm on lap 30, so yeah, I'm 5 laps down.
I assume the people in the lead have had no incidents, basically.
For the most part, they've had a few little run-ins here and there, but I mean, just for instance, our leader, Joshua Grosso, Last lap a 205.3, and his best lap is a 203.8. So I mean, he's within about a second and a half in terms of running with traffic and all of this stuff. So
It's not short lap time.
no, and turning consistent laps, and then even second place Alex Witt. Last lap a 205.4, fast lap a 204.1. So once again, kind of the same deal.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, 206. We are 206.293. So yeah, I'm doing 213s. So yeah, lots of, and that's the funny about lemons too. Is like, yes, we have our aliens, and apparently we adopted some new ones. But we also have people like me who just want to be out there playing race car person.
Can I throw a suggestion for future stuff for lemons?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I think so. What I really like about lemons is the variable formats and whatnot, like how we have a couple different races. And what I think is the more races, the better type of deal.
Oh, you want us to just go back to weeklies?
Well, no. I'm saying like instead of 2 races here where we have like a 20-minute and then a longer endurance, I'm saying maybe we should have like 3 races that are 30 minutes apiece or 40 minutes apiece or like twin 20s, you know, and then go to another racetrack.
Before.
So yeah, that's kind of what I like. It kind of keeps the energy up with the different racetracks and whatnot. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what I have in mind with the Wisconsin Death Trip, since we have 3 Wisconsin tracks: Crandon, Slinger, and Road America.
Perfect.
And like I said, we've done that before, where we've had. I mean, don't forget, like we had 3 street course races this season. Yeah, remember the Chicago street course where I flipped my Falcon on lap 1, turn 1?
Oh, yeah.
Which I didn't think was possible, but I did.
By the way, are you guys, well, I know Chris is seeing this stuff in broadcast chat over here. Zippy's attempt at making this Yorkshire pudding.
Yes, you'll see that I clicked like on it like a millennial.
I mean, I'm looking at this, and even just the consistency has changed between his pores. Have you noticed that?
I mean, look, come on, he's never cooked anything before. I think this is, I'd see what you're talking about, but I think this, give him a chance.
I'm giving him a chance. I've seen that he was able to measure out his 200 millimeters of milk.
200 miles of milk.
200 miles.
It's all,
260
it's
kilometers of milk.
No, I feel like he's on it. I don't think how long did he say they're in the oven?
They're gonna. I mean, our race is gonna be over by the time all of those things are.
He's got to eat one. He's got to eat one to get the money. That's all.
He's gonna have to use a spoon.
Yeah. Oh, I am 10 laps away from finishing, but obviously I'm 5 laps.
He's gonna be holding that cupcake tray with a hot pad in one hand and a spoon in the other.
Bonus content. We get to watch Zippy eat a Yorkshire pudding after the end of this race.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, and as I mentioned, since iRacing took away the jump for most cars, like these cars here, I suggested we just all stuff it like the turducken into the Hell Corner runoff at past the start finish line.
Do you have to do it in like turducken order?
Well, I mean, so what? It'd be TCR into GT4 into GT3.
Yeah, right.
I mean, if it works out that way.
By the way, folks, if you have a big enough chimney, you can ask Santa to go to eBay Motors.
Oh, that's right.
Because eBay Motors is not only proud to keep our meat space competitors on the track, he is also, able to keep Santa in the sky, fixing Rudolph up there. And they're also proud to help you find the missing part to your sleigh and project car, or land even maybe your next project car. Discover the possibilities today at ebaymotors.com.
Rudolph is cyborg reindeer confirmed.
Cyborg reindeer.
Rudolph cyborg reindeer appeared in the lightning bolts. It's really a T-800. It's gonna kill every deer. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
Oh boy. So it's shift. Okay. All right. Well, we'll keep it on the Christmas theme. And I want to ask all of our viewers out there who are still listening to the the Terminator.
Both of them.
You're right. Yeah.
Terminator deer.
7 minutes left. Christmas is approaching. What is on your Christmas list? What are you waiting for that you're hoping to get underneath the tree this year? Lady J, what is on your Christmas list that you are hoping to get?
A left headlight for my Toyota RAV4, because the one that I have is leaking water all the time, and that's not good.
Terrible Christmas.
Now, do you want some of those HIDs, those HIDs, some of them 9600Ks or whatever?
Oh no! I just well, I meant like a headlight assembly, and then obviously a set of bulbs so I can see a little bit better when driving mom to work at 5 a.m. in the morning.
Get some of them Sylvanias in there.
Exactly.
I just bought some Sylvanias.
All right. Well, Chris, you're up. What is on your Christmas list that you are hoping to get?
So I know what I'm getting for Christmas because I have, for being a middle-aged man, have for a long time wanted a 3D printer but not really come up with a reason for it. And then I was reading there's a 3D printing. There's a channel to do with 3D printing that has a rude word in its name on the Lemons iRacing Discord. And there was a lot of chit-chat there about like what 3D printers should you get if you're just a person who's never done this before and is not interested in temperatures of things and calibrating things and that kind of thing. And they said this Bamboo Labs thing. And so then, 2 days later, my wife sitting at the dinner table says, we should get a 3D printer. So now we're getting one for Christmas.
Nice.
I can inform you
about that.
the Yorkshire puddings are in the oven, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay!
They're rising. They're rising. You're
You better hope they're rising.
Yeah, less than 5 minutes to go. And the price is right.
We're going to have to really drag out this broadcast. There's 12 minutes until, in theory, they're ready. We've got to commit to the cause at this point. Sorry.
Hold up. I think you're thinking about this the wrong way, Zippy.
Oh.
This is very much a Lemons-oriented show, not a Zippy timeline.
I didn't set the challenge here. Like, that's not on me.
No. I think that there's 4.5 minutes left in this race, and that is when those Yorkshire puddings are coming out to prove that you're going to eat one.
You've got to eat one.
Undercooked Yorkshire.
I did agree on that.
I'm not eating it when it's undercooked. Life's just going to get me food poisoning, and then I'll be, double-ended it tomorrow. That's not worth it.
Things got too real for Zippy.
Guys, why don't we sing this my money here that it's dangerously close to disappearing, it would appear.
You're welcome.
Why don't we stick with this? Thanks, Zippy. Why don't we say, when we run out of race time, we'll just have a look at what he's got, and if it looks edible, he can eat it. And otherwise, we can determine, maybe everyone except me can determine whether he passes the test of having made enough effort or not.
And you know what, Zippy, we'll give you the credit. We'll get you through the crash fest and all of that. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking a really big blooper reel, personally. Extended interviews. I want life stories. So when was the first time you touched a car? Tell me about it. How did it smell?
Oh.
What? I got keys.
Well, hang on, Zippy. Before, because we only got 3.5 minutes left. We already asked Lady J. We asked Chris.
Uh-oh.
What are you hoping to have under your Christmas tree?
Oh, that's a good. Honestly, Joey, I don't want more stuff. I want stuff that I can't buy. Kind of see some of that too, but more a little like
weird under a tree though.
Yeah,
Just
outdoor activities. Chris,
packaging up the bearded sim racer and putting them under your tree is going to be difficult.
Some of your friends under your tree.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Tie him up, put him under your tree like a psycho killer.
I don't really want for
Debated.
anything though. You know, like I've got some nice stuff. If anything, I need to actually make use of that stuff. I've got too much stuff. So you know,
have a
I'm
feeling-
doing all right there. So.
That's a terrible answer to that question.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, this whole challenge is making a memory for me, and I get to say, you know what, assuming I pull it off, I get to say the first donation came from a lemons race in a challenge to make and eat Yorkshire pudding, knowing I can't cook. That's hilarious.
You know, I feel
I'll
like
buy
if
that.
we were all underneath his tree and like
Actually.
waiting for Zippy to wake up, like we would probably have the party started well before Zippy came down.
Actually, I just thought as well, we can't buy that, but Chris, I guess Chris can buy that. That's what he's doing.
No, I have to come downstairs to the wife's like, well, I'm glad you're finished with that nonsense. And I'm going to be like, yeah, so.
It's not over.
Okay, so we can have the extended cut of Chris getting divorced.
No. I
Right.
need him to build my bot. Well, his bot for my championship.
I can tell
Oh,
you got.
yes. Lady Jane was in the middle of saying something about 25 minutes ago.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I should tell. There's a little bit more to the points, Danny, too. So, like I said, the base is 60 for first to 1 point for 60th, if we ever get that many. Oh, something happened down to S's. Oh, something nasty happened here. Oh, there you go. Right. Okay. So there is also a little fun thing. So if you lead a lap, you get 10 points. If you lead the most, you get 30, and fastest lap gets 20.
I can
So-
promise you I will get none of those points.
I know you're talking about the points over here, and I don't want to distract too much from it, but Eric Hesser right now is in our 14th place, and not only is he in that winning position, but he was just showboating down the straightaway, taking his hands off the controller, saying, look, nobody can come and take this away from me.
Well, he is the winner, Index Influency winner. Like I said, no more random numbers, but IOE.
He's still got to get around. He still
Yeah.
he's on top of the mountain right now. He's got a ways.
I just took the white flag, so
And speaking of our race leader, the number 25, Joshua Grasso, is coming down through the chase right now on the final lap.
Oh, nice.
So lap 42 of 42 in this Porsche right here. Just has to navigate a couple more corners. You see him flashing the lights in that plaid FAF style liveried Porsche.
yep.
I
I
gotta
remember
say,
the
Patiently behind the TCR car and collect the checkered flag in terms of the
Nice.
first car to cross the finish line.
Now will he crash into Hell Corner?
It was
No,
a
he went
beautiful
straight
view.
in turn one.
Beautiful view as you drive over the mountain. It's like a beautiful sunrise, and it's actually kind of peaceful. You know, it's
It
like
is
I'm glad I
really
managed to get
nice
back
stuff.
in the car for the end of it.
Yay. Oh, Tyler. Oh, Tyler. Boink.
Comes second place, Alex Witt. EJ Bird here is going to round out the podium. And in true Lemons fashion, because he didn't be very lemonsy, oh, he just got punted over the wall. Never mind. He is currently in the swamp known as turn one. If we can get a good shot, oh yeah,
Welcome to Lemons.
and just stay on him right here, Ryan, because the swamp takes away, just consumes the car.
Not how we wanted to
Nom,
go,
nom,
is it?
nom. All right. I'm going to say hello to Shrek soon.
I think I'm stuck on the wall.
Hey, Zippy,
Yes.
Hey, Zippy.
guess what?
I got 5 minutes and a half to go. Oh.
Guess what? The cars are on the checkered flag lap, and as soon as they have all crossed, we are going to get the official results on the screen. Looks like 14th place Eric Hesser has crossed the line, and it looks like he also has secured 14th place in the winning position.
Nice.
He has firmly
The
parked
IOE.
himself out there by the closest porta-john, upside down.
And here I come. Dun, dun,
See how
dun,
Eric
dun,
got
dun,
there.
dun. Bam.
Looks like Eric was victim of a TCR in the door.
Oh, got hit by a Mercedes. Oh, and a BMW.
Yeah.
Ow. My
Full
knee
roll
is
without touching the ground.
dead now. All right, I'm just gonna kill the engine and stare into oblivion.
No, not quite.
Look at the front right hanging off of that thing. Eric Hesser is proud right now. Look at you, fist pump. Claim this victory, Eric. This is all yours in your glory right
Yeah, fist bumpy, baby. Ow. Oh, here comes another car. That was the Elantra. Oh, I went not to Hell Corner. Went past it.
There's the celebration from it. Oh,
His
goodness.
parents must be so proud.
I mean, if they are not, look at the champion they have raised.
Yeah. Is no one else coming down the mountain? Is that everybody?
I see one car is still moving. Derek Gilray, the number 6 car.
Okay.
He's coming around start finish right now and a heavily wounded. This is actually an amusing
comes.
car. This is like a TCR NASCAR number 6 vintage. Oh, yeah.
Bam. Bold to strike.
Nicely done. Well, let's get the results
Yes.
up on the screen. It was the number 25 car, Joshua Grosso, who was the car that finished first as we watch all of these impacts. I love all of the wrecks that go on at the end of this thing.
You're welcome. I don't even wait till the end at times. Less than 3 minutes on the
That was a
Yorkshire
good one. Lady
Thanks,
J,
Eric.
I think you might take the cake. I mean, there are some good impacts down here in turn 1, but I would say that yours was a top 3 worthy for sure.
Oh, thank you. I will definitely bring that home to Miss Lily.
Well, that was
You
right
won't believe it. After the race ended, I had one of the best crashes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one of Miss Lily's sayings is, like, sometimes cute and stupid are enough. So this kind of falls into that. Where is...
I also feel like the 602 Ferrari here, this is Liam's on.
Oh,
He really was picked on at the end of this one.
Oh, really?
I mean, when this car was sitting flat, none of the wheels were touching the ground. Look at the back half of this thing. They're just dangling off of the tethers back there.
Really pretty.
Elton John
pathetic.
fan.
Can you imagine how pissed the team would be when that thing gets unloaded off of the wrecker?
Yeah. No,
Hold on a
sorry, I wanted a bit of fun after the end.
They would
So-
look at it and be like, not even the electronics are salvageable out of this thing.
Ryan Barrow there as the team principal and director. Just if you want to get...
No. Let's get this right. Not team principal. That is way too much responsibility and duty. He's the team owner. He is there as the bearded sim racer.
Beard, yes.
Right, I'm gonna go check on the Yorkshire puddings. It's telling me a minute for the earliest time they'll be done. So I'm gonna go have a look.
All right.
Yeah, you better zip over there.
Right?
All right, let's watch me go into Hell Corner. Ugh.
You know, you were one of the bullies to Liam there. He was already hurting out, and you just annihilated him.
It happens.
He deserved it.
Yeah. Oh, we had a chatbot show up.
Well, folks. The last thing I think we really should do, because Chris has been doing such a fantastic job with this, is Chris.
Wow. So,
We've been welcoming a lot of new drivers to the league here. We'll give them all a rundown. If anybody is out there watching and listening that has maybe seen the posts that have been made on Reddit, how you join the league here, First, you have to get an iRacing account.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Very important.
Then we go to the website. What's the easiest way to find the website, Chris?
If they just Google 24 Hours of Lemons, it will go to 24hoursoflemons.com, and then one of the tabs on the top is iRacing. So even Lemon's entrance could manage to do this.
And then all you got to do is read everything there, fill out that application, and then
which is really
much
just like name, email, iRacing ID, and then that goes in the spreadsheet, and then I invite you to iRacing, their iRacing league, and then it's done.
And then boom,
We've
you
never
are
turned
here.
down anybody based on anything.
Yeah.
That is how easy it is. But remember, folks, you have to have iRacing in order to join
That's
us out
right.
here. That's
Yeah.
the biggest thing.
We're not a Seta Corsa league. Sorry.
Well, I wonder how Zippy is doing. Ryan, I apologize. You had the results up on the screen there.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah,
Was
they
the-
actually look pretty good. Right? I mean, well, maybe nobody else knows what a Yorkshire pudding's supposed
Oh,
to look
no. Oh, I see. I just see that. Yeah. You know what? Holy crap. He did pull
Right?
this off.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
nice.
going to be able to eat one, I think.
100%.
Edible. The incredible edible pudding.
It's quite exciting. I've never ended a race like this.
Yeah, you know what? Zippy coming through. I had go back and watch it. I was calling him out for failure.
Yeah, the whole lot you were, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Guaranteed.
you were all a bunch of wet blankets on the whole thing, and look what's happening now.
blankets.
I mean,
You should
even
be
look
able
at
to
the
empty
oven.
yourselves.
The oven is so clean, it's never even used. You really think
Yeah,
it was going to make something?
It's like he bought it today. Had it
You know-
installed today.
I used to work in investment banking. This is going to be relevant in a second.
Guys,
Okay.
yes, they're on screen as well. My Yorkshire pudding famous.
This is
Holy
more
shit.
important.
I am
Hey,
live.
do we
on camera.
have Zippy's live feed on camera?
They look good.
Hang on, let me try and adjust this for you. Hang on. We got to have Yorkshire pudding cam.
Right, I feel like
And,
if that's
and
the thing we could do
did you
technologically.
pull one out and tear it open like it's cooked all the way through?
I don't know that yet. I did try and
Hold
get
on,
arty
Zip.
with the maple
Give me a
syrup.
second. Hold on. Hold on.
All right,
Hold
hang on,
hold
Zippy.
on.
Before you take your first bite, hang on.
Hold on. Discord.
Oh, come
Okay,
on,
we
it's not
gotta
gonna
get
ta-
we gotta
You
get
want-
you on the camera first. Hang on, bud.
I should have set up dedicated.
You eat
Do you-
already.
I think the bigger question is, do you have your Marilyn Monroe fan on so your hair is blowing in the wind?
I do have it on behind me, but right now I'm trying to get like the best picturesque shot. Oh, actually, I've got a better idea. Can I get it by the podium? Oh,
can you?
by the
I
podium
don't
flag.
know if the team owner approves of this material.
The team owner,
Podium,
also the team
Yorkshire
driver.
puddings. Potentially the Bocie approved dessert of champions.
Here we go.
Okay, so we've got you now. We've got you on screen.
That looks pretty good.
You're really gonna eat this with a fork and knife?
Yeah,
Isn't that how you're
how else
supposed
would you
to?
eat it?
I know I'm a pig, but I am somewhat of a gentleman.
My goodness.
Bite it. I don't know if I want to
Nom,
go
nom,
no
nom,
hands, but
Holy
Enjoy
shit, that's
yourself.
actually good.
It looks good.
Oh, wow. Shock.
Yeah. Wow. Nice job.
I
This
do
is gonna-
think.
this is gonna be
Yeah,
what
it needs
Zippy
more syrup.
makes on a weekly basis now.
Yeah.
It does.
He's like,
it does
you know what?
need-
I don't know what else to make. I have no idea how else to make anything. I'm gonna make some Yorkshire pudding.
That's actually delicious, Joey.
Nice job.
And
It looks
I have
legit.
to say,
Yeah.
I'm very impressed, Zippy.
I
very
am
impressed.
too.
Like,
you have a-
really, you took
I
that
have
and
a
you ran
problem,
with
mate.
it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm stoked. That is the best way I made $100 for charity ever. Like that was awesome. I didn't even have to take my clothes off, but there is a downside, Chris.
Oh, what's the downside?
There's another downside.
What's going on, Zippy? There's something going on.
You see, the problem is, I remember when I was younger, for example, I wanted to make cups of tea. And when I did that, well, then you ended up making cups of tea all the time. I just did some absolutely bomb Yorkshire puddings. They are actually delicious. They rose and everything, much to my surprise. I couldn't even crack an egg. The first one kind of shot me right in the tits.
God.
Wasn't what I had in mind. Didn't have egg on my face, but it certainly was heading that direction. And this is actually delightful.
Yay.
Proud of you, Zippy. I was calling you out from the beginning for failure, and
Yeah,
you proved
totally
me
was.
wrong.
I don't even know if
That
you're paying
was-
attention, but they were all pretty useless supporters of you.
Ronster, a merry and happy Yeety to you all as well, Ronster.
Yes. Happy Yeeties. And a
Daniel,
Merry New Year.
Congratulations. I'll be in touch. You and I are in touch on Discord.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, my
Thank you
wife
for that.
actually, my wife gets 100% match on charitable donations, so we should be able to
Mint.
give you $200, I think. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you, sir. And Chris Ray's wife as well. We need to add a new rating potentially to lemons. We need to give them like a Yorkshire pudding index.
Starting
Well-
with my wife.
That was an awesome way to end here, especially Christmas time, giving back to everybody. I just want to say thank you to, I believe, what was the title up here? You weren't Rudolph, that's for sure. I think you were my first captain, Lady
right.
J.
Yes.
So thank you.
Yeah.
Always putting on an amazing show for us.
You are most welcome. And I look forward to doing more of this in 2024. Hopefully 3 weeks from now. Maybe. That's like, we have like 9 and 9 for the first and second weekend of January. But yeah, hopefully January. Definitely hopefully January. No, I don't want to wait another 5 months like this year. So.
Definitely, hopefully.
Zippy, want to thank you for giving us such a great idea for the first race and then giving us some great
Yeah, that was fun.
content to close that out.
That was absolute. Oh, sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, you and I saw each other on track a couple of times, so that was fun.
And then Chris, want to say thank you for hopping in here. I love having you in, a fellow Northwesterner up here. And then also just thank you so much for everything that you're doing for the Lemons iRacing League over on Reddit and recruiting everybody. It's just amazing to see, dude.
No, it's cool. It's a really nice crowd, and I like being in it. Much like real life Lemons, honestly, and there's a lot of crossover.
Indeed.
Also want to give a shout out to the couple guests that were in here earlier, Corey Vervinkt and Bosie Isar. I'm sorry, Lady J, can you say Bosie's
Yes.
last name? I don't want
It
to
is-
mispronounce it.
Of course. So it is Bozie Tatarovich.
Tatarovich. Bosie Tatarovich. So thank you to Bosie and Corey for showing up here and providing us some awesome voices in the booth. And then I think also probably one of the most important people that really puts everything on the screen in front of you, Ryan Bauer, dude. Thank you so much.
Hey, Ryan.
My
Yay.
pleasure. My pleasure.
Yeah. And of course, we must thank Miss Lily.
Spent 3 years on that turlet.
Not for that part, but thank Miss Lily of Lilybelle Air, for
I hope you all
allowing.
enjoyed her Christmas tunes tonight.
Yeah, that too, definitely, and of course, allowing me to name this race after her, basically. So, and Stunt Granny wants a Howard Dean Yeehaw. I think we can do that.
And to set up here.
Yeah.
And you know what? Yeah, shout out to Stunt Granny. Also, shout out to Randy Bish.
Yes,
you know.
Randy.
Yes.
Shout out to everybody that helps make Lemons iRacing what it is, guys. So thank you so much. I hope that everybody is going to have a fantastic holiday. Spend it with loved ones, spend it with friends, spend it with your pets and animals, however you see fit. Have some wonderful food.
Make some Yorkshire puddings.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yorkshire puddings.
I think that, if you want to follow Zippy will go ahead and put that link in the chat so everybody else can make some Zippy pudding.
Zippy pudding. Oh, we went from lighters to puddings for the new spot. Zippy's legendary pudding.
But no,
Challenge.
just thank you to everybody. 2023 is coming to a close, but there's lots to look forward to. So hopefully we'll see you in 2024.
That's right.
Oh, wow, that
Happy
was
holidays.
fantastic. Happy Christmas, everybody. Happy
Peace out,
holidays.
homies.
Yes, and a Merry New Year.